Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are alive and the roaches are too. How y'all doing today? What's going on with these people? I don't watch these people. So what's going on with these people? Hey, y'all said that. How you doing? Hey, M. Bernadette, I see you're in here. Benzone, Very Carey, Truth and Reason. Good to see you. Good morning. Um, who else do I see? Thank you guys for being here. If you took the hit the like button, I know a view is angry because I added another option to this poll that she hates to take. Brown Sugar 75. Thank you for being here. That wussy on the table twerking kills me. Yes, I couldn't force myself to delete it. Those were some of the intros dancing that I had for my perfect pet competition, and I could not delete the roaches and the kitty cat up there shaking his thing. T Evans, how are you doing? Truth and M Bernadette, Queen Diva, thank you. Good morning. Thank you for being here. Sandra, it's always good to see you as well. Shantae Elba, thank you for being here. Tay Bay Forever 17, good to see you as well. I think I spoke to T Evans. T Evans, if I didn't speak to you, hello. Royal Court, thank you for being here. Shy Girl Complex, hello, good morning. Happy Monday, everybody. It is Monday. Now, a view is a view said we have a lot to talk about. Ooh, I love the last one on the poll. My new favorite. I'm catching a live. Yes, you are catching a live. Good morning, Ox City 805 Queen. The 805. The 805. That sounds familiar to me. Good morning, Ox City. Okay, good morning. There's a lot to talk about this morning. Let me make my cup of coffee. Make sure you let your dog out too, a view is a view. Please let your dog out. A view is a view had me talking about this dang on dog all this time to find out. I don't watch those people. To find out on the day of the doggy competition that a view doesn't even have a dog. Hey, Dreamy Genie Blue, good to see you. Miss G, thank you for being here. Good morning. Okay. Terry East, good morning to you. Okay. I don't want to miss anyone. If I miss someone, please forgive me. Jay Parrish, thank you for being here. Sugar Plum. Hey, Sugar Plum. Hey, Jackie. Good to see you. Good morning. Okay. Sophisticated Brat, it's always good to see you. Okay, I think I have everyone right now. Hey, Kind to Me, my fave. Okay, can't forget Kind to Me. Okay. So let's start. Hey, the real K Fit. Good morning. Okay. Let me see. That's everyone that I see. That's everyone that I see thus far. So we're going to start. Anyone coming in, you guys know if I highlight your comment, that's the way of me speaking. If someone's in the middle of talking, I try not to interrupt, but I'm not being rude. I just try to not interrupt a person in the middle of speaking for me to speak. That's just the way I do it. But I thank all of you for joining me this morning. And I've had a very busy week last week. I say from about Tuesday until uh mm, it's not over yet. It's not over by far. But yeah, Thursday and Friday were really hectic. And then Saturday was also a little hectic. And I had my perfect pet competition at noon. And if you guys didn't see it, please go back and watch the video. We had some extraordinary pets. show up for the Perfect Pet competition. Some beautiful, beautiful pets. And I would like to thank all of the competitors who came out. We had Just Net, we had King Roman News, we had Unapologetically Mika, we had Miss Toby, and we had, hmm, am I missing someone? Miss Toby, who am I missing? Ah. Nice pets that were shown. I guess I'm not missing anyone. And then we had the show breaker, Pam, and her dog. Uh, yeah, I said just Net. Thank you. Okay, just Net, Miss Toby, unapologetically Mika, King Roman News, Miss Toby, just Net. It seems like there was a fifth dog. I guess not. Okay, so we had a great time. So if you missed the Perfect Pet competition, take a gander at it, and then let's not forget we had a view is the view with the illustrious uh, dog by the name of DOGG. So you have to take a look at it. We had good fun. And we gave away great prizes. Hello, Ray Triggs. Good morning to you. Okay. Now, I want to talk about something. Um, unfortunately, the toy pony, the toy horse didn't show up. I was looking forward to that lady bringing in her toy horse. I have to go catch the replay. Congrats to everyone, and I want to give a special shout out to uh, Jessnet. Jessnet was a great. She contributed to the pot, and I definitely appreciate all of you contributing to the pot. We had a pot of $390. Just Net won the beauty portion of the competition, and unapologetically Mika uh, took first place in the obedience portion of the competition. However, Just Net decided that she wanted to pay it forward. Her prize was announced first. She decided that she wanted to pay it forward to the person who won the obedience portion, and that was just Mika. I mean, unapologetically Mika. So she wound up walking away with a full prize pot. So let's give Just Net a round of applause for being such a great contributor and such a giver. And Just Net also gave away Miss Toby. I don't know if you were still here. You and Just Net need to get together because Just Net gave away a nice little outfit, and it is designated to go to Tiana. And Rebel Son also was a giver in the competition, and he gave away a little doggy. Um, what is it? Not a utility jacket, a doggy jacket that has a lot of pockets and things for treats, and you can walk it, put the leash on it and everything. So Rebel Son gave that away, and based upon the dogs that we had in the competition, Tiana got Just Net's prize because it was the only dog that it would you know be eligible to wear it. And King Roman News received the prize from Rebel Son because he was the only dog that could re- feasibly fit the prize. So that's why we gave those. Good morning, Dominique. Those prizes, those extra prizes. So I want to thank Rebel Son as well. I want to thank my great judges. We had K Fit, Fates Yaya, and of course Geechee Girl, who are all who all know a lot about pets. They gave good judging, and also the chat had to break two ties. There were two ties. The chat was involved. So I want to thank all of you guys for voting and making this competition all inclusive and a great show. Hey, L Lance. That competition was really refreshing and everyone did great. I appreciate that. Oh, Auntie, I must have missed it. I'm still half asleep. Net has the cutest baby. Hello, Vito. I missed you, Vito. I'm sorry I didn't see you come in, but hey, there you are. Good morning, beautiful people. And Dominique Deblu, good morning to you as well. Okay, so we're gonna get into the commentary. So, as you see, the title of my video is The Nanny. So now I was on Host with Heart on Saturday. If someone can drop Host with Heart's actual video from Saturday in here. And if you want to subscribe to Host with Heart, I would really, suggest you subscribe to Host with Heart. They usually come on Saturday nights. They don't come on every Saturday, because they have busy lives, and so you may want to subscribe to them and hit the notification bell because it is like really unfiltered unbiased commentary about the things that happen in the beef sector. So I just happened to be over there, and something came up uh, Tita, about Tita, and I had no idea about any of this, and I was kind of alerted, and it was done in a sensitive way. It wasn't done in a gossipy way, but it's the beef sector, and things were happening, and they kind of broke. No, they said the Nest had talked about it a half hour before, so. And then they were talking about it as well because they had the information. And so we were talking about it in a sensitive way about the unfortunate accident that was the demise of a small child, put it that way. So now I have heard little inklings. I have not heard full videos about it this weekend. These are some of the words that I've heard. And I'm telling you, I have not heard these whole videos. I've heard things like relapse. I heard things about Suboxone. I've heard things about she wasn't clean. I don't know anything about any of these things, and I don't know where these things are coming from. So I would need some help on that. But what my commentary on it is that who is Jay Wilson and who is Jay Dunn to tell people that they shouldn't be talking about what happens in the beef sector? See, isn't Jay Wilson? Hey, Kingsmina, how are you? It is very sad. Who isn't Jay Wilson the person who says if it happens on YouTube, we're going to talk about it? Yeah, but now they are making Tita the victim. Tita is not the victim. Uh, uh, Tita's not the victim. Tita had a responsibility that she owed to that child. And you're not gonna tell me that I'm beating up on anybody to say that a person who is held in responsibility for watching a small child, if something happens in their care, they're at fault. I mean, that's just how it goes. Hey, M. Price, Jay Wilson, the fake pastor. Now, Jay Wilson is sitting up telling people that they shouldn't talk about it, but he has made 11 videos to do what? Talk about it. And somebody brought up a real great point that, what is her name? Oh, my goodness. The same one who Jay Dunn was giving out her information the other day. Oh, God. Life with Jamila. They said that Life with Jamila hit Jay Wilson's link when Jay Wilson is doing all this pontificating and talking and, just to keep his live going, to say all of these things about this unfortunate accident. Hey, Cash App. Hey, Miss Coffee. Cash App and bullshit. Okay. So he is doing all of this talking and not one time. And then he said, "Well, I'm not going. I'm not going to collect. I'm not going to put her cash app out there because." no, what did he say? He's not gonna collect no money for her or something because he kind of inch towards, he didn't want it to be any discrepancies. But then Life with Jamila hit his link and says, okay, so I put her cash app on here so the money can go directly to her? And they said it was the most pregnant pause you have ever heard in your entire life. See, because this is a man with all these degrees, and somehow, if he was so concerned, he wanted to be so tiptoe around, and people shouldn't be talking about Tita as if Tita was the thing. But if you were as concerned as you tried to say you were about Tita, then it was simple. It was a simple thing you could do. Okay, so let me see. So there was that happened. Yes, he paused, a very pregnant pause, kind of like his before the cruise belly type of pregnancy uh pause. It was awkward as hell. Okay, all those degrees, and he can't figure out these little things. Hey, Yatanya Jones, it's good to see you. Okay, so then we were over at Holes with Hearts. And then let me remove this comment right quick. Hey Hood Scriptures, how you doing? So we over there and we're talking. And then all of a sudden on of course secondary page, here comes this getting dropped in the chat. So if you can read this, Shelly said, y'all were over here doxing. Shelly said, y'all were over here doxing. That's from Dundada. Not under the J Dunn page because I she dropped in T Velocity page when T Velocity cursed her out, and she dropped down under about 10 different pages to continue to talk at T Velocity because T Velocity said she was done with her and all the reasons she was done with her. And she continued to drop down and continued to drop down under all these different pages to continue to talk at somebody who said they were done with you, always pushing herself onto people. So then I listened to Shelly's live this morning, and then I think Shelly is so she came over to Holes with Hearts and said, Shelly said, y'all over here doxing. So at no juncture could anything that happened on Holes with Heart be confused with doxing. See, unlike Jay Dunn, we weren't talking about Tita's kids. We weren't naming Tita's kids on lives to state how much of a friend we were to Tita. Like Jay Dunn did with what's her name? Oh my God, I keep drawing a blank. Uh, Life with Jamila. Uh, there was an instance where, oh, y'all maybe can hear my husband snoring. I'm gonna have to close the door. Okay. If y'all hear the background noise, that's just a beat. That's a beat to my music. Oh my goodness, he is doing up his thing. Anyway, so so there was an instance when hold on, I gotta close the door. I'm embarrassed. Ooh, child, I'm back. Did y'all hear all that? That's what happened when you put it on him real good. Damn, he loud. Child, he was breaking my concentration. you know, you got you got to give it to him. You got to hit him with that good, and they sleep like a baby. You ain't got nothing to worry about. I was like, God damn, I can't even remember what the heck I'm saying. Okay, so okay, back to this. So she gets on there with, and she's talking to Lolo, and she's trying to prove what a good friend she is to life with Jamila. And Lolo just simply said, "Yeah, Jamila's my friend." And then, well, I'm better friend to her because when she came to Georgia, she came to see me, bitch. Did you meet a bitch? No, I met her, and I know her two kids. I met her kids too, you bitch. So I'm better friends with Jamila than you are. And then proceeded to give all of this woman's personal information. Now, Life with Jamila came back on and said that she was lying about some things about her personal relationship with her husband. And then she goes to Big Sexy Channel to then name her children and all these things. So this is the woman who is now coming over to Hoes with Hearts, lying on Shelley and saying that we said that we were doxing, that Shelly said that we were doxing over here. Now I'm listening to Shelly's video and I understand that Shelly never said that. I do understand that Shelly never said that. So Jay Dunn goes over to Shelly's and then tells Shelly that Holes with Heart is talking about the whole story. But so how can Shelly, you never hear Shelly say, "Oh, they're over there doxing her." So if she's informing Shelly that Hoes with Hearts is doxing, then why don't we hear Shelly say, "Oh, they over there doxing her"? But bitch, you were the one who informed Shelly that we were over there talking about the story. Shelly had a live schedule for later on that night with this in the title. So Jay Dunn goes over there to Shelly's and says they talking about the story over there and comes back over to Hoes with Heart and attributes this to Shelly. Shelly said y'all are over here doxing. Shelly didn't say that. See, this is what a motherfucking chaos demon is and does. This is exactly how it happened. So she brings this little tidbit over here that is allegedly what Shelly said, but you don't hear Shelly say that. You don't even hear that Shelly knows that we are even talking about her until she drops down in Shelly's chat. See, she's a lying chaos demon, and she wants to put doxing on anybody when we were just simply having a conversation about the story. Folks just need to ignore Jay Dunn and stop putting her on panels and pretend she doesn't exist. Hey, Spicy Dicey, good morning to you. Okay, so that is yes, wow. Bringing bones and carrying lies. She bringing bones and carrying lies. So I hope that Shelly somehow gets this message. If Shelly is in the chat, I doubt it because Shelly seems to be a late night person, but I hope that Shelly truly gets this message that she trotted her ass out here and said Shelly said something that Shelly never said on her live. She never said it on her live. So she's a fucking yes, tell me what happened. Okay. Shelly gonna curse Jadon out. Hey Reed, how you doing? Good morning, Reed. It's good to see you. So Jadon is all over the place, lying like a fat bearskin rug. Okay, I heard about it months ago. The newspaper used government names, and I only really know folks from YouTube channel. Oh, so you just didn't understand that to be Tita. I got it. I get it. She pays hundreds to go and stay on panels, and CCs are too hungry for money to refuse her money. Anything, the things some would do for money. Yeah, yeah.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, girl.
I've been sitting down there in this chat almost. I was about to bust. Let me tell you, I got so much to say about this whole situation. The whole situation that has piss me off to the highs of festivity. Okay.
Okay.
Let us start with the Jaden and her threatening of people. If you talk about the story that you're going to be sued and she going to get pain and suffer and all this other crazy foolishness that she was talking, it's a news story. Everything that has been told has been in the paper. There's nothing that they can do. Why do they feel, her and Jay Wilson feel that they can tell people what they can talk about and what we can't talk about? Aren't they the main ones talking about if it's on the streets, we can talk about it? Isn't that what they always say? Now, all of
Exactly.
that they want to tell people they can't talk. Ooh, okay, let me get it together. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
No, I was just saying exactly to that. Now, who is supposed to be that? I heard Ness going off on Jay Dunn, and I was unclear about exactly what she said. Every time Ness has thrown her off, she said, "I'm waiting for this scam to come up because she paid me $200 to keep her on the panel to September. Fuck Jay Dunn." And she can't come back on my channel, on my panel, nothing. I'm done with her. And who she always talking about, she's gonna do some legal actions on somebody. How you gonna do some legal action on a goddamn news story? So who is
Exactly.
supposed to get this pain and suffering? Is what Jay Dunn, or who is she trying to? What legal action? Explain this legal
She
action. This
said
dumb
she
bitch.
said she said that Tita's children are still on YouTube, and that's all well and good. But us discussing it, how is that causing pain for anybody other than the parents that have lost their child? See, another thing that's really pissing me off, they trying to make Tita this victim. And I don't understand how she's the victim when that poor baby is gone. She got less time than that baby, a month less than that baby was alive. And people are sitting up here trying to make her a fucking victim for what? She had a job to do and she didn't do it. And they sitting up here trying to act like this woman was some kind of fucking saint. I don't have anything against her, but what we're not going to do is pretend like this baby didn't matter. I'm sorry.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, and somebody said, and this literally happened on YouTube because she was live when it happened and she dozed off to sleep. There was a phone ringing that did not wake her up. And then the phone started doing something again. And she finally woke up and then found the baby, unfortunately, in the swimming pool. So, let's be clear. All of
And
this
she
happened
lied about
on
that.
YouTube. Now, what was a lie? What did she say? At first, she said she was cleaning pool noodles out of the pool, and
Right.
she turned her
And he
back
asked,
on the babe. Go ahead.
exactly. That's the lie she told. But the video showed that she was asleep. Her own video is what got her indicted because she
Hmm.
lied to them. And my whole thing is, some people say I would have lied too. Oh, well, then that shows your moral character. Because ain't
Yeah.
no way a child would be. Oh my God, I'm a child in my care has an accident, a fatal accident. I'm a lie. Y'all some pieces of shit.
Hmm. Hmm. And see, let me tell you. Let's be clear. Okay, so we're not okay. People are cool with Tita. Uh, don't want us to talk about it, but too bad. This is a news story in a public court. So sue the court since you want to keep it private. Okay, so here's the thing. We're not gonna act like this has not been an ongoing thing with Tita. So if you guys are sitting up watching Tita, what did you tell her? Okay, here's Reed. Hold on. Let me read this you.
That's me. You know I'm not staying on because I'm getting Kai ready for school.
Mm-hmm.
But let me say this real quick because I'm speaking in the chat and film just say if it was five, Reed would have been who on here cussing her out. Film first of all, bitch. Brianna, listen, Brianna, listen. That's
Who?
none of my fucking business. Firebay ain't been on here how fucking long. What the fuck do Firebay and her child got to do with Tita Reed or any fucking body else? And first of all, she not even on here by the name of fucking Firebay. Like, are you really that fucking stupid and idiotic? Really? Are you that much of a fucking dickhead? Honestly, to bring that shit the fuck over here on some bullshit. They talking about a fucking baby, and you sitting over here worrying about me and a fire baby, what I woulda, what I shoulda, what I coulda the fuck done. Now I chose not to talk about the shit. Period. Period. And that's my with my own reasons. I don't think everything is fucking content. But don't come to fucking here talking about something. It's on fire. You sound like a fucking clown, bitch. And then your bitch ass gonna hit a fucking link.
Who are you talking about?
I'm talking to film motherfucking Nayor. Don't bring me in that fucking shit. If it was Reed, if it was fire, Reed would have been like, bitch, shut the fuck up. It's these nuts. Now, what your mother gonna lick? How about that? How about I cuss your mother out for being a dumbass bitch to raise you to go with fucking lies and don't know when it's appropriate or not a fucking appropriate to talk fucking shit. Now, bitch, you got a problem to fuck about what the fuck wanna be said. You hit your live button, bitch, and you get on here and fucking talk. Clown. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I had to do that. But that to me, honestly, that was taken away from y'all commentary. I'm
So
sorry. Y'all you have a good day,
obviously,
Ronnie.
thank you for coming up, and I'll catch you later, Reed.
Everybody.
All right. So so hmm. So let's you here, Yaya?
I'm here.
Okay. So let's keep it real. Somebody in LSA sparked a light bulb in my head, and I was like, God damn, you right. Okay, so remember when her sister was on the show, and she was watching the girl's Mia's kid. And
Mm-hmm.
one of Mia's complaints was that she didn't feel like she should be watching both of their kids at the same time. But then there started to be a back and forth with the family members because Jackie, Tia's sister, and Mia fell out. So then
Right.
there started to be some back and forth between them. And then somebody, let me clear this. Then somebody posted this back and forth between the niece and the lady Mia. So I'm going to show you this right here. I hope you got. Can how do I enlarge this? Oh my God, how do I enlarge this? Do you know?
Mm-mm.
Okay,
Let me see.
let me see if I can. Okay, because I need to
Okay,
enlarge.
I enlarged it on my thing. You want me to read it?
Yeah. Okay, read it out, please.
Okay, it says it's ridiculous that me is dogging my aunt Jacqueline like she didn't have to come live with us for years. Real Housewives of Potomac.
Live, live. Come live with us for years.
Oh, okay. Okay, live with us for years. You had nothing of your own, sis. And then she replied, my mom has been nannying for Mia the last year or so, literally watching Mia's kids, cleaning Mia's home. Meanwhile, Mia was plotting on my aunt Jacqueline the entire time. Keep it cute, sister girl. We know the real you. And then the next thing says, This is why you don't this is why you don't help people. I employed your mother. Why? Because she's a recovering addict who deserves a second chance. Mind you, she quit because Jacqueline had a hissy fit, like a spoiled child who always has to run home and move in mommy. I guess move in with mommy.
Now
And
this is
then,
hold on. This is Mia talking in the black. This is Mia
right.
responding to what was just said. Go ahead.
She said, make it make sense. Keep messing with me and I'll share the nanny cam and file a claim of your mother sleeping on the job and taking her smoke breaks, leaving my kids unattended. Don't starve none, won't be none. Ungrateful country Bama living in trailer in the backyard.
Okay. So there was that. Now, what year was this, Yaya? What year was these put up? I think in
Uh,
2021 or
20,
something.
20, 11, 21, 22.
Okay, in 2022. So, it's not like uh she wasn't giving an alert to people being concerned about that happening. So I understand that Tia was the caregiver for a mother who had Alzheimer's, and being a caregiver is a very, very hard job. But that's all. I just know what she put out here. But unfortunately, people knew better who were, leaving their kids with her. So this has gone back. She had to have been alerted to this. Surely her family had alerted her to this. So I don't understand it. If if this is a known thing to happen, that is not a good thing to be happening, especially when you have a no, especially in anything, because it didn't have to take a swimming pool of water. It could have taken a little 2 feet of water, 2 inches of water.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
yeah. So the swimming pool, why it is the way of the demise. Anything could have happened to a child. Uh, with this type of behavior going on. So,
Exactly. And then, like, I've got it in a big argument with Aisha because she's trying to tell me that she quit Suboxone. She quit Suboxone. That's why she nodded out. You a damn fool. Do you know she quit Suboxone just like if she up and quit dope, heroin, she would die because of the way it would rack her body. It would tear her body up. What we're not going to do is pretend like this lady was totally clean. She was on Suboxone, and the Suboxone makes them nod out. It's a alternative to heroin. You nod out. They knew she was on that shit. She was vaping in front of them kids. Let's call a spade a spade. Okay? Let's call a spade a spade. And then if she was nodding out in 22 and this poor baby lost his life in 23, come on now.
mhm. No, it was not her daughter's child. I don't know whose child it is. I don't know if it was a family member or a friend of the family, or just a child who parents employed her. I don't know what the relationship of the child is to her. I know she used to watch her sister's child all the time. I remember I seen a couple of Tia, what's that name? Tia's or Tita? I've seen a
Tita.
couple of Tita's videos where Tita just took forever to get dressed and to get going and stuff, and she'd be like, "Okay, we got to go here, and we got to go there." Now you got to understand, and she be taking forever. It takes her like 20 minutes to put on 2 earrings, and she got to pat, and she got to look in the mirror, and she had to do so much. It would take her forever just to get out of the house, just getting dressed. It was like a big fanfare. You think she was dressing for her wedding, and she had royal dresses, and it took so long. Child of the time that it took her to get out of that moo and put on that nursing uniform. Anyway, so so okay, so there's that. So I watched a couple of her videos, and I've seen the little girl who she watched. Now,
The
this is
scribbler, can you please take that comment out the chat, please? Take your
this.
comment back out. That's because we didn't ask for the parents' names or anything.
Please don't do that. Please do not do that. Did they take it out?
I can't tell from here. Let me get to my second device.
Do not put anybody's legal names in my chat, please. Okay. I don't see the scribble.
I don't see them on my second device. I only see them on StreamYard.
Oh, somebody probably popped them.
Yeah, I don't see them on my second device. Just on StreamYard.
I don't even see them on StreamYard.
No, I ain't PJ done comment in here. I didn't see
Okay.
a comment anywhere.
Okay. Sassy. Very Carrie, did you get him? What is that timestamp 7:43 of you? It's still there. Scroll up. Oh, she did. Okay. Thank you, Carrie. I appreciate that. No, the comment is still there. Hold on, you guys. Let me find.
I see it gone. It says message deleted by very careful.
Oh, thank you, very Carrie. Okay. Now, very Carrie, I just need to confirm that you got that.
She said I took it out.
Thank you, very Carrie. I appreciate that.
Oh, I think I got that account blocked, so I don't see. Um, Jadon came in here under the Dundada. Oh, she said the parents of the baby are on YouTube. That's all I have been saying. So if you want to be sensitive to the parents, please keep that in mind.
Who said that?
Jadon.
Please, block date Jadon out of my chat, please. I don't see her on StreamYard at all. Please block Jadon out of my chat, please. Bitch, who are you sensitive to? Who parents are you fucking sensitive to? The parents of them Life with Jamila is on YouTube too, bitch. How sensitive were you to her when you put their motherfucking names on YouTube when they ain't on YouTube, bitch? The fuck out of here with that bullshit. Thank you, Carrie. I understand why it took a minute. You got a whole lot of motherfucking nerves talking about whose parents on YouTube while you putting people kids' name out on YouTube that ain't got a goddamn thing to do with YouTube. The fuck out of my face. Okay, so thank you guys for alerting me. Okay.
I
So
forgot what I was saying. I'm sorry.
but I wanted to get back to what I was saying about she took a long time to get dressed and prepared. I saw her watching her niece, so she did put her niece on camera. Now they're saying that somebody just wrote that the video is still up, but the video is definitely not up because they might have taken the video as evidence because she was not arrested immediately after the accident. She was
Right,
arrested a month later. Go
right.
ahead.
It was a month later, and they. I'm trying to understand what I'm not getting together. I understand she was on house arrest um until her court trial, well, her plea deal. But I'm not sure if she's still on house arrest or is she in jail.
She
That's what
is
I don't
at
know.
She's at a facility. I definitely saw that she's at a facility. It's not house arrest now. It's my understanding, allegedly. Put it that way.
Okay, okay. I was just wondering because I mean the time received with good behavior she'll be out in a year. So I feel like the penalty was so low because this was a little black baby. Had this been a little, and I don't mean to be making this a race thing, but in this area, they really don't care about us. So I
Mm-mm.
I find that the penalty just did not fit the crime.
No, it didn't. Now, it's not like I want Tita to have any bad penalties, but you want your child's life to matter.
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
and black children by far they don't put any value on our 18 months. Just say that this is some stranger that you heard and this is what happened. 18 months.
Exactly. My baby is gone. Never getting. I know she didn't intentionally cause this accident, but she did not. I'm sorry if they kept saying that she was dozing off on lives. Why was she still babysitting somebody's kids by a pool? Why was she even in? Let her deal. First of all, she was already doing being a caretaker for a mother. That's a whole lot on her plate already. Why would you add children to this? I feel sorry for these parents. I pray for them because just the fact that you entrusted someone with your child's life and they didn't come home. Your baby didn't come home. I am so pissed about this. I know she was on Suboxone. She knew she was nodding out. My whole thing is, why didn't anyone say, hey, you need to stop babysitting um people's kids? She'll be right back, Benz, and I'll have her drop it when she come back. Um, Good morning, T Danielle. Exactly, you mad. Why wouldn't you? The precautions, there's no way. I'm sorry. I know everybody deserves a second chance, but maybe she should have just kept door dashing and taking care of her mother. This now opens the door about drug addiction and the qualification of paid work. Tita Talks wasn't qualified to be a nanny nor a caregiver. Maybe, yeah, the baby wandered to the pool, but they had just prior to, they said that they had been playing outside by the pool, and she nodded off. So that is how the baby ended up in the pool.
Now, the thing about thank you. Thank you, like yeah. The thing about this is that I remember my aunt back in the day. You didn't have to have all of these licenses and all of this stuff. After school, my aunt's house was full of kids. She would watch toddlers all day long while their parents went off to work, and she would receive kids after they came home from school, from anything from first and second grade all the way up to sixth and seventh grade, and then their parents would come over and pick them up. She ran a daycare out of her home. It wasn't a licensed daycare, it wasn't any of all of this. And I'm not saying that anything wrong with getting licenses and stuff now, because you see how people do, even in some of these licensed daycare. Bad things happen to these children. But my aunt was a very responsible person. She was a very responsible person. She had a large house, and she was very responsible. Thank God S. Hutchinson has come up. Hey, S. Hutchinson, how are you doing?
Hey, Shelly, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Ronnie Q. Good morning, y'all. So I got the word that old ho was around here lying on me, which that's nothing new. She's been lying on me ever since I kicked her off the OG panel, so I don't really care who she lied to. Talking about the little woman of Atlanta.
Okay. So
Megabus.
Now let me tell you how this happened. We were on Hoes with Hearts, and then all of a sudden she drops down. Okay, Miss Toby, just give me 1 second to show this. She drops down and she says this. Now I forget, where everybody is and who likes who. She drops down and Shelly said, "Y'all were over here doxing." Shelly said, and then we proceeded to tell her
what.
Yes, you see it.
I don't even know. I've never even been to that page before.
Okay.
How the hell, girl, bye? What?
So here's the thing. And then she got her ass handed to her because nobody was over here saying anything. We were giving the information about Miss Toby.
It's me. Go ahead.
Okay. We were talking about the story. So then earlier this morning before I went live, I said, let me listen to Shelly's live. And at no point did you say, oh, they are over there doxing. You didn't say, didn't she drop down in your chat today? Your chat, your last chat?
On
Megabus, as you call? Yeah.
Oh, hell no, I got her blocked. So if she came down there, I didn't see her.
Okay, she dropped down in your chat, but I did not hear you say anything about that people were over there doxing. See, when you had your live set up, that's when you set your live up, that's when they was like, oh well, we may as well talk about it because we already know the information. So that's when the conversation proceeded. And a half hour before that, Ness has started talking about it. So that's how it came down. But she definitely came over there and said, this is what you said. So I wanted you to know.
That never happened. And to be honest, Ronnie Q, up to now, I have not even, at least on my platform, I haven't said the child's name. I haven't said the parent's name. I haven't even said her government name. But the more that I hear about this story and the more people talk about it and the more that I learn, the more I become aggravated with the whole situation, because an innocent child died. It didn't have to die because a former junkie who is still a junkie, because if you're still smoking weed and you're still out here on Suboxone for years, you're still an addict. You're depending on that Suboxone. That's basically your legal heroin, right? So if she had a license, she wouldn't be able to deal with children. When you have a license to babysit, you're not supposed to be in the care of any children. Even if you're doing recreation or medical marijuana, you're not supposed to be under the supervision of any children. So she already had that going against her. Then you got Suboxone, which is nothing but basically heroin. It's legalized heroin is what it is.
Amen. And they sitting up here, people keep sitting up here lying, talking about she was off of it. There's no way she quit it cold turkey. There's no way she would. Exactly. And I wish they would stop telling that fucking lie.
Yeah, she keeps on saying that she was trying to come up off of it. And even with Suboxone, just like what's the other one? What's the other name? Not Suboxone. Methadone. Yeah, methadone. If you go like to and see a methadone clinic, it ain't nothing but straight junkies down there. The ones that's not taking it, they've become addicted to the methadone and the Suboxone. So that becomes their new drug. Addiction. Some sell the pills to other people, and then they go and buy the straight up heroin, because if they go take a urine test, it's going to just show positive for heroin. But see, then I was
and you know what? And you know what they do to some methadone clinics? Some of it, they make it liquid methadone, so they won't sell any pills. So they have to drink a liquid. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
But some of them also have take home. They could take home the methadone with the liquid too, ironically, and they still sell it.
No,
who said she was smoking weed? Are y'all motherfuckers blind? We've been watching her every day smoke weed. Okay, look, I cannot. I can't.
Wait a minute. I've never heard of them being able. They have to swallow it, just kind of like
some of them. No,
I'm just saying where
wait a minute.
Miss Toby, I'm just saying in California.
Okay, in California. Okay,
laws. So I was just saying how it's done in California. Well, now you can tell me how it's done out there.
Here they could go up. Like if you're doing successful, you could go step by step, and eventually you could earn a right to have and take it home with you.
Now, at what point do you not have to take that stuff? I mean, do you take?
You're only supposed to be able to take it for up to 5 years, but most people end up on it for many more years because they then become addicted to it. The methadone, they know it.
Technically, they do technically take it up to 5 years, but I have had clients in the past that would be on methadone for years, and then sometimes they would switch back between methadone and Suboxone. And they really start using Suboxone because they were trying to tell everybody that it wasn't as addictive as methadone. But truthfully, I'm gonna tell you, I had plenty of clients that end up being addicted to the Suboxone just as much so as they was addicted to the heroin.
Now, I read about the Suboxone, and they don't even want people.
Lisa, wait a minute, Lisa. I'm not a know-it-all bitch, but I worked in the criminal system for 22 plus fucking years. So what the fuck you talking about? I'm not a know-it-all. That was my fucking field. These people are stupid as shit.
Okay, so I read.
Damn.
Welcome everybody coming in. Can y'all please hit the like button?
Yes, please hit the like. Now,
let me get down because I could tell the day that when people have opinions about certain things or they saying something, people having a this topic is really, really
Miss Toby,
affecting
Miss
people.
Toby,
don't go.
Miss
I'm gonna
Toby,
be up just
hey,
for a minute. Don't go because I
No,
you know
hey,
what you're
I'm
talking
getting
about.
down, Shelby,
hey,
because
Miss
motherfuckers in the
Toby.
chat already. You know how you have a short fuse, Shelby. I got one too, girl. I
Well,
understand,
well,
and
Miss
I'm
Toby,
and I'm getting
but you
pissed
have,
about right
but Miss
now.
Toby, you have some pertinent information.
No,
It's
that's
not
no.
like,
Let me get
no,
down.
no,
I
no,
don't care what
Miss
the fuck you
Toby,
said. You better be glad I'm
you
not
have,
a mod in this bitch, because I would have timed
you
you the fuck
have,
out, bitch.
you have some pertinent
Let me, all
information
right, let
based
me drop that.
upon
Let
your
me drop. All right,
actions.
Ronnie Q, let me
Miss
drop down for
Toby,
like 5 minutes and get myself
okay,
together,
come
and then
back.
I'll come
I mean,
back up.
because you
Okay.
have real
All right.
information about,
Okay.
what we're
Okay.
talking about. Okay,
Okay. I'm gonna
thank
drop
you.
down,
So
but I'm gonna come back like within 5 minutes. Let me calm myself down.
now, now you Shelly, I didn't watch her that regularly. So somebody said she was vaping weed in lives. I saw her vaping. I
Yeah,
didn't know
and
what was in it. And now this person, JP, is saying she said she was buying pills off the street. I don't know anything about this. Is
let me
this
just say this for the
happening?
people who saying how we know she was vaping weed or whatever. I mean, do y'all want me to came up today and show y'all the difference between when you're puffing on something with THC and when you ain't puffing on something that ain't THC? The lady was smoking all day. And at first I was feeling sorry for the parents, right? Which again, I'm thinking maybe they were in a desperate situation. But at the end of the day, whether she's related to them or not, so many, like when she got into it with that other lady from Real Housewives of Atlanta, that was a wake-up call. This baby didn't
Mm-hmm.
have to lose his life if people would have paid attention. She was losing kids at the park. See, I didn't know none of this because I wasn't watching her like that. So she buying pills off the street. She smoking weed. She losing kids at the fucking park. She leaving kids outside. She coming inside. She laying down. She got subscribers calling her to wake her the fuck up. And at least I'm supposed to feel bad for her. Y'all got me fucked up. You got me fucked up.
Now, what is this about? I never heard of anything about the losing kids in the park or anything like that. So, did the newspaper article say that? Because there was something in the article about
No, I
something
found
about.
out that was said on the Real Housewives of Potomac or whatever. That's why her and the lady had gotten into it.
Oh,
Remember the lady
Mia,
had fired her?
Mia,
The
Mia.
Maya,
Uh-huh.
what's her face?
Or Maya, or whoever. Yeah. Uh-huh. And she
Yeah,
lost the kids in the park. I didn't remember exactly
because she
why
went to sleep and the lady said it. So I didn't know none of this until yesterday. And I was like, so this was ongoing. This could have been prevented. She had
so
been falling asleep. And then people who support her said, she was always nodding. That's why they had her phone number to be able to call her and wake her up on a live. This is not a grown person who, like some of the other addicts on here, to fall asleep on their lives. They don't have no children with them. She's babysitting people. Grow the fuck up. I'm sorry, brother. Keep us over here cussing. But I'm just
so
getting irritated.
so did you see the clip that I put up where one of Tia's, it was either her niece, because at first she said, no, it must be her daughter, because she said my mom. Did you see the clip that I put up where she was going back and forth with this Mia chick when they got into it? And did you see me put that up?
Yeah, because
And when
Tia
Mia
was going to different
responded,
people's platforms doing interviews, airing the lady out. So where was the bleeding hearts at? Where was the bleeding hearts at to run around and say, "Oh my God, no, Tia, you shouldn't expose that lady"? No, y'all was all
now,
for the mess.
Now, did you see her response that I put up? She was writing to the person who said that she was Tia's daughter, and she said, "You don't want me to pull up the nanny cams where she was falling asleep and leaving the kids unattended to go on smoke breaks." So this was in 2022, and the whole point of bringing it up is that this was a known thing, and this child did not have to meet his demise in that way. Many feel.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It was an accident waiting to happen, and nobody took the
There you
precaution.
go.
Everybody thought it was cute that they could call her to wake her up. It was too late when y'all tried to call her about that baby.
And it was an ongoing thing. That's why people even had her phone number to be able to call her. Because to be honest, Again, I'm not going to ever throw one of my people under the bus, but it was one of my moms that was actually calling her to wake her the F up that day. So people on YouTube actually watched this shit happen. But that particular video is gone the day that the kid ended up on the pool.
Yeah, but see, they're not aware that this video all of this happened live on YouTube. All of
Right.
this happened on YouTube that day, that fateful day when she fell asleep on YouTube, that fateful day that she fell asleep. So
That's why she got charged, because she lied. And even for the people
Exactly.
talking about what happened with Big Booty Judy is not anybody's babysitter, okay? Big Booty Judy had a hairstylist at her house, and that person had a child, and that child drowned in the pool. So she got hit with a what is it? When you do the money part, what is it called? When you do the lawsuit for the
A civil action?
yeah, they did a civil suit against her because it happened at her house. It's a difference.
Right.
But like I said, we're all supposed to learn something from this. That's it. We ain't got to really beat nobody down or whatever, but we're not supposed to sweep this shit underneath the rugs when we see so-called mothers on here all day for hours and hours on fucking end and not attending to their kids or grandkids, nieces or nephews. Get into it.
My whole thing is, I just don't like the fact that they're trying to make Tita the victim. They're raising money for Tita. These people buried their child. These people no longer have a baby. My whole thing is, y'all are ready to put money into Jada's hands for her to send to Tita to put money on her books, which is number one crazy. Why are you sending money to Jada? Yes.
Excuse me. I know better. Now, Jadon, you funky bitch. You funky bitch. You got all the money. How much money did you put on Tita's book? And how come, bitch, if you can dox information about a life with Jamila's kids, how come you can't dox the facility that she's in and tell them how to put money on her books, bitch? Why somebody got to put money in your motherfucking hand? You the great doxer, hoe. How come you just don't dox the facility and tell them this is where she is? Surely you don't mind giving names out, motherfucker, because you gave out Life with Jamila's kids' name, who ain't on YouTube, who don't need no motherfucking cash out, bitch. You want to be helpful, bitch. Be helpful, hoe. The fuck out of here.
I'm confused how somebody pay thousands of dollars to stay on panels, but don't pay thousands of dollars for their so-called good Judy that they so concerned about.
Yeah, the nerve. Oh, how disgusting.
And see, this is my thing too. When you have a babysitter and they don't give a damn about themselves, you should know they're not going to give a damn about somebody's kids. And I know some of y'all like Tita, but Tita kept her mouth on a lot of other people who hadn't done nothing to her. So if I want to talk about that bald mouth bitch, I don't care if she is in prison because she didn't murder the kid.
Hey, good morning, ODS. Let me say this right quick. Hold on. Motherfucking J Dunn, don't Tita have her own cash out? If it got to go through Cash App, don't Tina have her own? Just like Life with Jamila dropped it in Jay Wilson's chat, bitch. Why they got to send it to you, ho? How come you ain't putting her Cash App out, bitch, if you so concerned, bitch? Hey, ODS.
Good morning, ladies. Hello.
ODS.
Very sensitive topic. And I got 3-year-olds and then I got Namari, so I definitely I haven't spoken on it yet, but the only thing I do have to, and I hate that I'm involved. Yesterday, Jay Dunn hit me up and asked to present a receipt because she didn't want all of the personal information on the net. She did send me a receipt, and I'm sorry, I ran upstairs to get my phone because I was listening to my earpiece. She did send me a receipt showing that she did send a deposit to Tita. I'm not going to disclose the amount or whatever, but she did show me, and this was a statement from May. And it had Tita's legal name, the correction facility. It had J Dunn's legal name on it. So I have seen one receipt. That's the only thing I can speak of.
That just makes her even more awful, disgusting person. Please show the receipt.
Well, I didn't keep it because when she showed me, I told her to delete the message immediately because I won't go be caught up in no shit with her.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
So it is June. It's June right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you saw a receipt from May?
I did. I don't know if that's well, she told me she had another receipt. Once she showed me the one, and I saw that it was I used to work at a prison. It was a real institution, filled out form. It had her inmate number, the facility, and all that. I looked at that. I saw deposited to account, and I told her to unsend it on Instagram. You know how you send messages, and I didn't screenshot it because I ain't want shit to do with it.
Okay.
So
So
yeah, that's the only part
so
I'll put myself in, and I hate to put myself in this, but I know because she showed me that she's gonna say it anyway. So I just said, let me drop down and tell you real quick. I saw that, but that's all. I ain't got nothing else to do with none of it.
so let me say this. So she's been in there since maybe roughly October, November. Let's
No,
say
she
that.
only been in there since May because she was on house arrest until she went.
Oh, so she just went to trial.
Yeah, it was in May. Wait a minute, April.
The
It was
court
in
was in
April.
April, yeah.
Okay. So Jay Dunn sent her something in May. So Jay Dunn, see, people who need money don't give a fuck because they know you're a doxer for less. See, they know you know all our information and you're a doxer for less, bitch. So why don't you dox her to get some money in a motherfucking on her motherfucking books, ho? Why don't you
I'm gonna
just
go back to work. I'm sorry. I just wanted to get that piece
all
of it.
right,
And
thank you. Thank
this
you.
my statement. This it. This the only place I done spoke that at, and I'm out. I love y'all. Bye.
Thank you. I appreciate the
And
scoop. Okay.
I'm
So
glad that ODS left because he likes his, what is it? That's his daughter. So I want to ask y'all, do y'all or do y'all not think that Megabus is making this situation worse for Tita? In my personal opinion, she is.
I feel like a lot of people are um because Jadon has docked so many people on here. A lot of people are like they don't give a fuck because she's done so much and they know her and Tita were friends. And doesn't have a problem going after other people's family. So I feel like her speaking out of it is making it worse for Tita.
She's definitely making it worse because I would have been left alone. But every time that little jagged tooth bitch keep running her mouth, I keep running my mouth.
now, so when is this going to turn back on Tita? Because we all know that Jay Dunn has a thing about you know you know giving and then taking back
Oh,
twice as much.
when you was locked up, nobody else wanted to do anything for you. I kept your secret. Oh, believe me, she using all of them receipts for Mad Day. And this is another question I have
Exactly.
too. Maybe somebody knows the answer for this, but did it take a whole month for that child to get buried? Because if that's the case, it would make me believe that the family was probably trying to get the money together for the funeral. So if anything or anybody needs to be reimbursed, I could see the family, not Tita. She should not be rewarded for being negligent.
Yeah, I agree. Now Deanna, she was going in on her yesterday because Deanna felt that Tita has said a whole lot of reckless stuff, and she saw it as
You
what
dropped
it
the link. I
was.
need to scroll up.
Yeah, I pinned the link. Let me end this poll. Deanna said she saw it for what it was, and she still just feel like the responsibility fell on Tita, and she wasn't gonna have a bleeding heart for her. That's her position. She said because Tita had told her that she was gonna ape her with the R word. She was gonna get her and a gang of her buddies to R word her, and
Let's be clear, her crackhead buddy.
her crackhead buddies to R word her, and we understand that Tita was positive, so she threatened to R word her with her crackhead buddies. So we're not talking about Mother Teresa. I was shocked. I just saw she
I was shocked when I
appeared
heard that shit
older.
yesterday too. But I said
Mhm.
that sounds like some prison talk. You know what I'm saying? You know when them niggas think they real bad and bold, but then they say some real overly sexually disgusting stuff. That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah, I was shocked to hear that. I was like, "What?" So, yeah. So, Deanna said it's up and it's stuck. So, Miss Toby. Oh, Miss Toby is backstage. I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you pop on. I'm sorry, Miss Toby. I'm just waiting.
That's okay.
Okay. So now, like some states, I see somebody in the state said that they don't allow the not the morphine, the liquid What is the other? Suboxone and
Suboxone.
methadone. They
Methadone.
don't allow methadone in some states. So I know that Suboxone,
Well, she
it
from the
has.
DMV, and let me tell you, they got all types
Toby,
of
you got
they got
to
all types.
Toby, you got to echo.
Let me see if I can fix Miss Toby's echo.
Yeah,
Miss
my
To-
phone was ringing. I'm trying to. Yeah, my phone
okay.
was ringing.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. What were you saying, Shelly?
I was saying that Tita's from the DMV, and they have nothing but methadone clinics, Suboxone clinics, whatever you want to call them. They have clinics all over the place. So they definitely have it where she's from. See, I never even knew any of this stuff like that until I moved out here where I'm at. And then I was like, damn, I didn't know it was such a, such a big thing. Like, I didn't even know, honestly, really Black people really do heroin like that. But once I moved in this area, I seen like how many people are hooked on that Suboxone and methadone.
Mm-hmm.
Because once they can't maybe even afford to get it off the street, that's their high. And then from what I heard, people said that people take the Suboxone and then they take a Percocet at the same time, and it's supposed to give them the same rush like somebody's sticking them with the needle. So if JP was saying she was buying pills off the street, I don't know. I didn't watch her enough to know all that. I'm not going to make up a story I don't know anything about. But maybe that's why she was buying the pills off the street. And that's scary because you got people now in these pills off the street. They got fentanyl inside of them.
Exactly.
So
They drop
like I
like
said, she
flies.
didn't need to be watching anybody's children, period. She didn't need to be driving nobody in Uber either. This is an accident that was waiting to be happen, and it's sad that one child lost his life, but it could have been multiple children and family members. The house could have been on fire. Like, too many things could have happened, and the worst happened. So learn from it.
But just to speak on the heroin addiction around here, I grew up I was a young child in the 70s, and I was born in mid 60s, but heroin has always been very prevalent in the DMV, always. But when the crack addiction came, it lessened it. They were old school heroin users, but like maybe 10 years ago, it went back up again because there is no crack. Everything got fentanyl in it. And you saw so many young kids, and I mean in their teens, on heroin now. So it's gotten really bad because there is no more crack. And I'll take a crackhead over a dope fiend any day. I'm sorry.
Well, a lot of people have become addicted to heroin because people were getting prescription drugs, and then the doctors no longer prescribe them, and they just went out in the street and start using heroin.
That part too, Miss Toby, that's correct. I mean, at the end of the day, people still need to be educated. So I don't see anything wrong with the conversations. Now, if people start posting pictures of the baby and stuff like that, I think that's disgusting. But that's just me. You don't tell nobody else what to do.
Out here. Just think, don't do it. I said, because their parents are still out here. My whole thing, don't do anything that you wouldn't want done to your own family member. You wouldn't want nobody posting their pictures or anything like that. But I feel that we are able to discuss this because this is a legal case. It was in the newspaper. So, I mean, I don't feel like anybody is being disrespectful, but I do want to stress the fact that Tita is not the victim in this situation. That baby and that baby's parents are.
Yeah, and I do, the only slight sympathy, well, the kind of sympathy I guess I can say I have for the parents is they had to be in a desperate situation to have her as a babysitter, is my thought.
Exactly.
And maybe because, as they said, Tita was keeping the child for days at a time.
Okay, so we got Miss Toby said something that was correct. When that big old push for oxycodone came across the United States, and they were pushing that, and had all these pill mills, and all these doctors were pushing oxycodone for the slightest injuries that didn't even require such a high pain pill. A lot of people got hooked on it, and then when it was the big when they put the hammer down on it, I think it was Merrick Pharmacy. No, it wasn't Merrick. It was another pharmaceutical company. They had to pay big money out, and then they, stopped giving out pain pills the way that they had been. So a lot of those people who were hooked on pills, who were going to those driving from state to state, it was so many accidents. Them going to pick up pills from Florida, all around
Ronnie
that
Q, you
area
got to
of
talk about
Florida.
that.
Yeah,
A lot
all
of people
around it.
don't know about that. The people were state hopping, doctor hopping. Now I can say this because of issues that I have going on. If I get a pill filled from anybody, it could be the hospital, the doctor, it's all connected in one system. So that
Yeah.
there's not an
Yeah,
overlap in medication and all of that.
exactly. Yes, they have a uniform medical system where they can tell if you're doctor shopping now. So, and they
And then I
closed a
used
lot
to
of
remember
those.
all them pill mills where they would people would pretend like they got accidents or whatever, and they go into these little clinics, get their pill, a prescription. They would go.
Every
That's
month.
mm-hmm.
They
You
would get
know
a
But
what?
carload.
They had
I
a
forget
lady
what
who was
they
saying she
called.
shot herself just so
They
she could
called
try to
it.
get medication. That's how desperate she was.
They called it some type of highway. Uh, hold on one second. Hold on one second. Hello, may I help you?
How are you? I just want to
I'm
come up and
fine.
talk. I've been on panel with some of these young ladies, so I just want to come up and
Oh no. Yeah. What do you want to add to
who
the
is that?
conversation?
Mike.
Yeah. What do you want to add to the conversation?
No, I'm
Is
not
that
gonna. I'm
Mike
not gonna.
Lewis?
I'm sorry.
No. No.
Oh,
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
No.
Well, I like Mike Lewis. So, since you have such a visceral response to being Mike
I'm
Lewis,
not him. I'm just not
okay.
him. That's it.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
just remain in the chat. Thank you. Okay. So, yeah, so a lot of those pill mills were closed down because, big pharma was just over prescribing all that medication. So then you did, like Miss Toby said, then a lot of people were turned out to use the street heroin. So a lot of people was like, I thought heroin was something from the 70s and the 60s. That's why there was such a big resurgence of heroin, because it's an opiate, and so were these pills. So it kind of matched what they were looking for. You get it?
Med check.
But we also could go down a rabbit hole with this. Let's reflect on the fact that um the faces also change of the people that end up being on heroin, and people start talking about not incarcerating them, but we got to
Mm-hmm.
get them treatment. And which I mean, when I mean that, I mean like
That's true.
but
white
they
white
didn't care
people.
about
I'm gonna say it. White people.
It
White people
affected
that live
white
in the
people,
white people that lived in the suburbs.
and
Rich
it
white
affected.
people or middle class white people. So now it's changed the direction. Because at first, when it was just us in the hood and it was black people in the
exactly.
hood and poor
Exactly.
people in the hood, they just
The,
wanted to incarcerate us, and they weren't even talking about treatment.
yeah,
But
and
now because it's
maximum.
little white Sue, blonde headed and blue eyed, you know what I'm saying? They wanna we gotta push treatment now. So I just wanna say that now
Also,
too.
too,
So
So
let me
I'll
ask
hush.
you this: when's the last time you guys have received a prescription on paper? Because here you ain't getting no type
no,
of prescription on paper at all anymore.
years.
It's
It's
been
been years.
years.
Yeah, it's been years.
And they
Now
do that
listen.
more so that people can't do with what's his young boy. He went, I don't know where he got that the prescription pad from, but he was writing his own prescriptions, and that's why he got locked up this last time. And the
Trish.
face of
Yeah.
addicts have changed in general too, because once upon a time, if somebody said they was on coke or crack or whatever, people be looking at them like they crazy. But a lot of these celebrities, they're functional addicts. They have the money, so people are not really looking at them as a crackhead, but that's what they are. They got lean in the cup. You know, they doing all kind of shit. What's up, Rishy
Exactly.
Boo?
Hey,
What's
Greg.
up? Oh, go
Hey,
ahead.
Greg.
Who was an
Good
addict?
morning. You are. Go ahead.
Okay, wait. Good morning and respect to the host. Respect to everybody on the panel.
Hey, Greg.
Everybody on the panel is one
Good
of my
morning.
favorites. Yeah, and respect to everybody in the chat. Um, I just wanted to say, you guys have a right to your opinion, and everybody has a right to their opinion, but you got to respect the facts. And there's a police report and there's a court report. You guys know that, right?
I didn't
Well,
know.
the court report, well, the court records show that there was nothing, that she was tested October 26th for the breathalyzer thing for alcohol. And then she was tested again in November and for narcotics, and there was nothing in the system. That's in Maryland courts. And so you got
Well,
to,
that's a good thing.
So
that's a
are they
very good
said,
thing.
but I heard that it was what I heard now. They said there was nothing in her system but Suboxone. So,
Right, right. But see, that's
but
prescription. That would
right,
be
it's
why she got the
prescription, but
deal. Go
but
Well,
it's
ahead.
well, well,
synthetic heroin.
but
I don't.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Don't wish. You know I love you
now
down.
you said
So please
nothing,
don't put
Grish.
the shame.
Grish,
But let
Exactly.
me wait a
wait a
minute.
minute. You
Wait a minute,
said
ladies.
nothing.
We love you,
Slow down.
Grish.
Okay, I love everybody, and I'll fight for everybody on this panel. Let's just throw that right. I ain't gonna never change. You know who I am. And some people in the chat too. I still dig some people in the chat. I'll fight for. But the thing is this: she was weaning off. See, the deal was she was weaning off. Let's take it. I don't know how much time you got, Ronnie. You let me know when to stop, because you know I keep on going. She was weaning off. So what happened was she was on it, and you're supposed to taper off. But what happened was she was tapering off on her own. You're supposed to let the doctor tape you off. So she was trying to get off of it because she didn't like the way it was feeling. Her last video, which probably would be what helped her, that was up, was evidence showing she was trying to get off, but she didn't like it, and it was hard for her. You see, because she could have tapered off home, because she was saying she was cutting the pills. She was, cutting them, and you're
But
supposed to let the doctor do that. Go ahead.
but even still, for her to still be nodding out,
Well, I'm gonna
she's
let me
taking
the
enough
side
of it.
effects. It was okay. Listen, you have to remember, she's had on the video. She said she was off of it for 2 months. Let me just
There's
say this
no
to
way
you.
possible. Wait a minute. Whoa, whoa,
Okay.
whoa, 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 whoa. I don't give
Okay.
a fuck what she said. There's
Mm-hmm.
no way that she cut herself off the way she said she did, because she would have
Can
went
I
through the tumors and
can
stuff.
I can I say something real quick? And I'm saying this because this is a person I do med check for a reason, because I pops pills and pussies. And let me tell you something, those pills do not stay in your system for a long time. If I take a Percocet right now, do you think that Percocet is going to be in my system tomorrow if I don't take another
Well,
Percocet in another
a
couple more
month
hours? It
later.
doesn't work like that.
But can I also say, remember, she was, ladies, you're right. Okay, let me respect everybody up here. Come on now. But the thing is, we gotta go by what's on the paper. And the paper saying that she was okay, the doctor had prescribed it for her, right? She was weaning herself off. If she was weaning herself off and she's not a doctor, guess what? She said I started cutting the weaning back 2 months ago. It might, you know what I'm saying? That means she wasn't doing it right. So on
Okay.
that note, wait a minute, on that note and the facts and verifying it with her doctor, the doctor wasn't weaning her off. The doctor was supposed to wean her off. You get what I'm saying? And he wasn't doing that. He's supposed to have been checking on that. He wasn't doing that. He probably was just like, this is how, when you go see a doctor, this is what they say. Okay, so how's everything? Good? Okay. How you feeling? Any pains? Anything? Any suicide thoughts? Anything? You're
But
good? Okay.
Greg,
But the
Well, then
thing
we're
Greg,
going to
about it
stay
Greg,
is,
on
now
what we're
Greg,
look,
staying on.
Greg,
Go
now
ahead.
my
Grish,
whole thing is what you're saying is not really true, because most of these clinics that you go to get it, there's a line waiting outside. It's like them
Yeah,
handing
it's
out
not
free
a
candy.
doctor. You're
So it's
not
not like
going.
you going to the
You're
doctors.
not like you're not going to a doctor when you're in one of these types of programs. You're going to a clinic that is pouring out your medication. You may have to go to a doctor every so often to
Hmm.
do a med check, as Shelley calls it, but
Right.
you're not getting your dose of medication from a physician. You're getting it from a clinic that has your prescription and has your wean down dosage on there. So if now, Grish, okay,
Hmm.
I'm going to cut through it. I'm going to cut through the chase. See, that's the reason why you have a physician to talk to your physician to wean you off. If you're feeling like it makes you feel a certain type of way, that's why you're supposed to visit a professional, because weaning off certain drugs can actually be very, very dangerous to you.
It could kill you.
So she wasn't supposed to be doing that. So in all you saying what wasn't in her system, she was being irresponsible in even taking her Suboxone, if that's what it is. And if she did it on her own, she was being irresponsible. She was caring for young children and her mother. She could, all of this is just piling on her irresponsibility of doing things the right way. That's all it's saying. Now, like okay, it happened in October and they didn't test her. Yeah, because they had to do an investigation. So she wasn't arrested until November. So why up until from October to November, they didn't even think she had anything in her system. If they'd have thought she had something in her system, she would have been tested in October, the month that it happened, because she was withholding that information. And so if you got time to withhold that information and you figure that the police are going to want to talk to you, what you going to do? You're going to start taking less and less of the medication to hopefully, if they call you back in and you got to take a test, ain't nothing in your blood system. Come on, gang, recognize gang. Shit.
Okay, but it was
Hold on,
prescription.
hold on.
I'm gonna
She
also
I'm gonna
look
was
up
hold
the
on. I'm gonna
court.
hold.
I'm gonna look
she
up
was
the court report before I go live again. And if there's something that I need to change what I said, because I'm not out here to try to put out no false information, but I do want to read the court situation. But I know that all the time, those like weed stays in your system longer than even cocaine does. I
yeah,
mean, these are all
yeah.
Right.
facts. So
It's 28
That's the
days.
worst thing
So
to be
really,
in your
Lord, you
system.
saying that it's not true there are doctors that will treat a person dealing with this. Everyone does not go to a clinic. There are
That
very few doctors in the
okay.
DMV. We have clinics. Every 2 blocks, there are methadone clinics. It's totally
Okay,
different in this
and
area.
V
And
Lenore,
Baltimore is
V
even worse.
Lenore, V Lenore, what type of medical insurance do you suspect Tita has? Tita was driving Uber. Tita was doing babysitting job, and Tita was the caregiver of her parents. So, do you think she has some golden insurance packages that is gonna have her to see a medical physician every time she needed to take her methadone? I think
But
not, V
can I
Lenore. She ain't
can I
got no golden parachute like
First of
that.
all, y'all
but
keep
can
Let's
I
talking about Tita
yeah.
has money.
wow.
First of all, Tita used to
No,
live on
Tita.
Eli Street
No,
over here in Southeast. Please don't
no,
tell me about the
Tita.
money that she had because I know where she's from. I know where she lived, and I know the clinics around it.
One
Tita
second, one second.
people had money. Tita
Let
people
me
had money. Go ahead.
can I say something? Let me just say this. There was her life and there was her mother's life, right? She was taking care of her
Exactly.
mother.
Two
Wait,
different.
wait. The mother had a lavish lifestyle. I don't know if y'all look. I mean, I tried to do my before I start talking, right? Because if she was really in my mind, if she was really really sloppy, I wanted to know. And from what I've seen, the mother had a grand lifestyle, a beautiful home. I don't know if y'all seen that. What I'm trying to say is she was driving from here, driving from there. Everybody remember seeing all that. But the
Right.
thing is, somebody had some change because I seen one episode where they went to the doctors. And the doctors was not, they didn't wasn't no rinky dink place. So yes,
Was it
she
Tita's
was going to
doctor
see that.
or the
Wait,
mother's
she
doctor?
was going, no, she had one for the mother and one for her. Somebody had some change because she wasn't going to no rinky area to go to the doctors. I don't know y'all talking about there's
No
a line
wrong
around
with
the
no
corner.
Ricky
When she went
areas
to the
with a
doctor, there was
hospital.
no line
No, no,
around the
no, 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 no,
corner.
no, no. What you not
What
gonna do? What you not gonna do? Because I'm in here. I know the doctors, the hospitals that we have here. We don't have no rinky dinks. Even
She
the
went
rinky
somewhere
dink
else.
hospitals,
There is a video where she went to the doctors, and it was in a
there
very
are no
nice
rinky
area.
dink. Most of the doctors of
I didn't see
area
no line
are
around the
very nice.
corner at all.
I'm talking about the clinic. We're not talking about the
Yeah, how do
doctor.
you know she was going to a clinic? Because I seen there was an episode where she went to the doctor and it was not no clinic.
She
Did you
had
see
to
the doctor
be. She
prescribe us
has
a
to be
box?
because when you're dealing with methadone or Suboxone, that's dealt with in a clinic. Just like if you're taking opioids, you have to go to pain
No,
management.
you
You're not
can
going to go to
also go
your,
to a
for
regular
Okay,
additional
hold
whatever.
on,
it
hold
all
on,
depends.
hold on, hold on. Hey, excuse me.
Not in
Suboxone
DMV.
is a buspirone, not buspirone, but something else, and it does not show up as an opioid when tested for opioids. You have to specifically test for this drug. So there's that. Grish, you
Um,
may not
Right.
know that
Well, let me just
information.
say this. She was
Airlace is correct.
she did the
Airlace is
breathalyzer
correct.
thing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
She did the I'm
Monica.
sorry. Go ahead. Go
I'm
ahead. I'm
sorry.
sorry.
I'm sorry, Grish. Go ahead.
I apologize. Hi, Miss Toby. How you feeling?
Hey, honey.
What was you saying? Because it is important. Because this is a very serious issue. And the thing is, I understand that she has situations, but I'm telling you all, on the paper they checked for alcohol, right? And I guess they checked again for the other thing in November. And the thing is, not there was nothing. And all I could tell you is this: whatever's going on, however we feel, you gotta face the facts. And on facts, I guess she was doing what she's supposed to do. But she was saying, and everybody's saying the other video. No, she did one right before this incident. Y'all need to go back and check her page. She has two pages. One grand T, was it Granny T? And she got
Mm-hmm.
one which is Tita. And she has one that a video that happened just before, and I'm telling you that video helped her. She was complaining, I'm trying to get off of the Suboxone, and it ain't
Mm-hmm.
making me feel good, it's making me yarn. In other words, like it's working on it. She's getting a little tired, but she want to get off of it. She said,
Now
I'm
I
weaning
remember that
myself, I'm
video
cutting the
too.
pills, I'm
I
doing this and
remember.
that.
I
Go
remember
ahead.
that too, Grish. Yeah, I
I
remember that
think that was
video
in
too.
September. This
I
September,
remember
the
that.
last September. And the thing is that the reason that video is up and probably not the other one was evidence. But when they went back, just like they checked on it, was like, was you videotaping? Because that was it. But they also
Hold
probably
on,
had to keep going back and seeing.
hold
She
on.
was weaning
So
off of something.
hold
Go
on
ahead.
1 second. Now, Spicy Dicey said, absolutely not. Suboxone is available at CVS and other pharmacies. So,
That's right.
uh, okay.
And
Okay. But you
a
still got to get it
physician
right. You
will
have to get a
prescribe it
prescription.
for
Right,
you to
right.
wean you off
Mm-hmm.
of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was not weaning off the right way. That's all. And that's probably, I'm telling you, that's probably, I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm not
Right.
saying she didn't, but she was tested if she had wine and stuff, and there was nothing in the system, right? Okay, so the only other thing that is evident, that there's the video showing that the last thing she was messing with was something prescribed. There was no
Okay. Hold
street
on,
drugs in
Grish.
her system.
Hold on. Nobody said street drugs. Nobody said anything
Okay.
about street drugs at all,
Okay.
Grish. Oh,
Okay.
with some people in the chat was saying she was smoking weed, but we're not
Right.
talking about, because I don't know that to be a fact. There's no way of me to know that would be a fact. Somebody said that she was buying street drugs off the corner. I don't know that
Right.
to be a fact. I
Right.
can't
I
even
just wanted
talk
to
on
throw
that
that out.
because I didn't hear or see that. Now, this person said, "Do you know how many people pay for a test to show the results they want?" And they do have the money to pay for what they want. Let's
But
be
the
real clear.
But
I'm
if the
just
okay,
court
saying,
let me
is
be
the
Grish.
quiet.
one
Let me be
doing it,
quiet.
Uh,
that's different.
I'm what?
If the court or the authorities are the ones that are conducting the test, it's going to be
Correct.
different. She's not
But
going to be able
if
Correct.
to pay somebody to do that.
if
Correct.
they're not testing, if she hasn't disclosed, obviously she hadn't disclosed until they did the test. If they're testing for other drugs and they're not testing for the Suboxone itself, maybe it did not show as a positive read. Because how can you sit here and say that she was trying to wean herself off, which means she was still on? So why wasn't it shown in her test? Because they
It
weren't.
said that the police department and the Department of Narcotics was test her in November, and nothing showed up. And that's how she got that deal. I'm just letting you know that she got the
Wait a
Okay,
minute.
can I
probation
Hold
say
on.
this
deal.
Hold
too?
on, Grish.
Go
Ronnie Q, this
ahead.
is
Hold
really
on, Grish.
important.
Go ahead.
I just want to say this. I'm looking at the court case, and I'm not going to get too deep because I know Ronnie Q don't get down like that. But on here, it doesn't give the details as far as what it was, what it came out, or what it didn't come out. So how did you get that information? As far like I see the
Okay,
dates for
go ahead.
this.
Go ahead. All right. So if you see how when okay in she got picked up when she got picked up, I'm going by courts because y'all going by police. That's not y'all. I'm sorry. The people was talking about the police report. So I went to the courts,
Hold on,
and in the
Grish. Hold
courts it
on, Grish.
shows that she
Hold
got
on,
tested.
Grish.
Go ahead.
Hold on, Grish. Hold on, because we moving somewhere, and I want to stay right where we were. I want to stay right where we were. You're saying that there was nothing that showed up in her test, and
She
you
got a
also
breathalyzer,
no, no,
right,
no,
in
in her
October. Do
test.
you see
No,
that?
no, no.
What
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in her actual drug test.
the
So
narcotics one was in November. Do you see that, Shelly?
I do see the November, but it never says where she passed or what was or wasn't in her system. It's just saying that they requested a demand for discovery and inspection.
In
But I don't
narcotics,
see on here
correct?
where it's saying that she didn't have no drugs in her system.
1 second. Do you see where it says the police department and narcotics did her November?
Okay, wait. I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
The narcotics department did the November test.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what I'm saying is when they tested her, it says there jail time and it says 0. Do you see that? This is after in November.
Okay, so this shows me all the way till no November 6th where it stops, but it never says, at least what I'm looking at, which is court record, it never says where she passed or failed or anything. It just
Okay,
said
I'm
that
saying
they
there's two
demanded
of
her to
them.
take it.
There's two of them, one in October and one in November. You're looking at the November one,
I see
right?
the
But I'm
October
well,
31st.
October was just a breathalyzer, so that doesn't count.
The breathalyzer is October. November, she did the narcotics one. In the
Right.
narcotics one, they were at that time. That's when they started doing what the deal was because I guess her attorney then was trying to get it. Let's look at it and let's see what's. Do
Okay,
you
hold
anybody
on.
see what I'm saying? Can
Full
you read
stop.
it,
Yeah,
Shelley?
but
Because
this is
somebody got down. I'm trying to
no, no,
derail
no,
everything,
no, no,
and I'm
no.
trying
This
to
is
feel
what I
sorry for
see.
Tita. I'm
No,
going by
no,
what I
no, no,
see.
no. Well, so okay, based on what you just said, though, you said that October they just did a breathalyzer test, so you feel that probably towards November they were trying to do a deal. So if she has an attorney and they know they trying to do a deal, what they gonna tell her? Don't take no pills. Don't take your medication, so it won't be in your system. Because I'm sure we gonna have to say this, and they gonna drug test you. Come on, Grish, quit playing.
But wouldn't the deal be better for her if she did have something in her system versus if she didn't? Because if
Not
she has
that.
something, let me finish. Let me finish.
Acting like
If
she
let
didn't
me
Not
can
have
I
that.
finish my statement first? If she
y'all
has
still
some,
acting like y'all
can
had
I
she didn't
finish
have
my statement? Yeah,
Suboxone. It's
yeah,
still a
yeah, yeah. Can I
synthetic
But
talk?
Suboxone
term.
is
Yeah,
subscribed, though.
yeah,
You
let her
Thank
understand?
you.
talk.
Don't
Let
give
her talk.
Oh
Suboxone.
my Lord.
Come
Let
on,
me
Can,
somebody
finish,
can
tell
y'all.
me.
adults have an adult
Finish.
conversation?
Go
Finish,
ahead.
V. Lenore.
Thank you. Thank you. So if she wanted to make a deal, wouldn't it make sense to make the deal while you have something in your system? Because that means you have a problem. That means that there was something else outside of you that contributed to your bad decision making. If you're completely clean, then wouldn't it be harder? Wouldn't you hold that person to a higher standard?
No, no. I
Okay.
will.
Okay.
I will.
Well, I think
This.
the system
This.
does.
Well,
Uh,
that no. I don't think the system does because
Well,
I
she
will
only
hold
got
a person.
18 months. She did
I
not
will.
get years
Can
for
She
killing
can
a
can
child.
I talk now? Can I talk? Can I have my opinion?
You sure
My
can.
opinion is she's a caregiver. So fuck all that. The system think this, that, and the other, because the system don't think nothing about that black child that's dead because
The
it was a black child. So let's say
I
the
thought we were
18 months,
specific though to her
can
medical
I
issues.
18 months. Oh, no, I'm not done.
the
18
pleading?
months.
Go ahead.
Excuse
Go ahead.
me. I'm not done. 18 months on a black body. So nobody expects them to care about a black body. The whole point of the matter is the responsibility always laid on her, because if she was using something that she can use as an excuse to body a child, like this can be my good excuse, my good way out. That's what it sounds like you're saying here. Wouldn't it
Well,
be
that's
better
not what
if
I'm
she
saying.
have? I'm just saying that's what it sounds like.
But what it
Wouldn't it?
sounds to me like is that everyone is suggesting that this woman purposely killed this child. And we
Nobody's
know that that's not the
no
case,
who said
right?
that? Who said
But
that?
but that's what it
Wait a
sounds
minute.
like.
Who?
That's
No,
what
it
it
doesn't.
sounds like. And so
No.
to accept to
Excuse me.
expect
Excuse
that.
me, V. Lenore. Excuse me, V.
Mhm.
Lenore. Let me
Okay.
respond to that, because
Okay.
in no way did I get the feeling that anyone said that it sounds like she tried to do that. In my sermon, what I surmise is that people are saying that she was irresponsible, and
Exactly.
that's
She
what it
was.
was.
She was. And
Nobody
most
says
drug
she
addicts
tried to
are.
do anything.
Most drug addicts are irresponsible. I
That's
agree.
that's what we're saying.
And I
She was
agree with that.
irresponsible. Nobody says she tried to do that at all, V. Lenore.
No,
I
but
put
what
that
I'm
up
saying to you
on
is
board.
the anger towards her is as if that was the case. That's what
Who?
I'm saying. I'm not saying anyone's suggesting she did that. I
Now,
said it
Lulu,
sounds like the way in which she is being demonized for this situation.
I
I
agree with
think
She's
that
not.
I
statement.
don't think
I
she is
disagree
a
because she had a
victim
wake
by
up
any
call
means. I
months
don't think
She
she's
ago.
a
had a wake up
victim.
call long before that when she lost
But
the
she
baby in
had
the
a.
car.
She
Right,
Yeah,
had
yeah,
a.
that part. That's what
yeah,
I'm
She
yeah.
talking
had a.
about.
She had,
Wait a
and she
minute,
didn't know
Thank
what
you
the
V.
for
fuck
letting
she
Lenore.
me
was
up, Ronnie
doing.
Q.
Excuse me, V.
Lord,
Lenore.
y'all. What
Excuse
is
me, V.
on
Lenore.
me?
Did you not hear when the woman from the Real Housewives of Potomac was writing to her daughter in 2022 about her falling asleep and her being able to pull the nanny cam of her falling asleep, taking cigarette breaks, leaving her kids unattended? So why couldn't that be the wake up call? Is our point. So you guys are acting like this happened like all of a sudden out of the blue. The first time she ever nodded off, this happened. No, this isn't the first time.
No,
So
it sounds like a
she
drug
could have
addict.
had her wake up time. No, she's not a drug addict. She's
But
under
she
a doctor's.
is.
She's no. Yep. No. You guys want to pull the court records and say she was
I
under
would
Dr.
like to
Care on
I
answer.
one
didn't pull
hand,
any records.
and
I would
She's
then
a
like to
drug
answer
I'm
addict.
Shelly's
I'm I'm just
question.
saying. Okay, you guys. Okay, the drug records were pulled, and we're gonna say, "Oh no, she's not a drug addict. She was under a doctor's care. She was
Who said
irresponsible."
that?
That's just Grish is saying that.
I didn't
I
hear
Grish is
would
Grish say
like
pulling.
to
that.
answer the question. I got the
Go
records. I
ahead,
want to
Grish.
read them.
But wait a
Okay,
minute. That,
go ahead.
that that's what I'm getting from what Grish is saying.
I
Grish is
haven't.
excusing her because she was
I'm
under a
not.
doctor care, but she
And
was
that it was
taken.
her urine was
Yeah,
clean. That's what she said. So there's no drug use.
yeah.
If I
Y'all
can
can't
read
have it
them,
one way when y'all want us to combat one thing we said, and then the next minute she not one. I mean, pick a side. Either she was a drug addict or she
I
wasn't.
said from the
Suboxone is a
chat she
drug
was a
or it's
drug
not.
addict,
But
and
you
that
see how it's so easy for you to talk over people, but when people are talking over you, you have such an attitude. Let's
yeah, I
keep it
do. Just
clear.
like you have one.
Exactly.
For
I
whatever
don't
reason,
have
you
an
yelled
attitude.
at
I'm
me
just
from the
being
fucking
petty.
panel
All
not
I'm
right.
to
being
be
One,
petty,
petty.
saying that
I'm
the
being
woman
hold
was a
on.
petty.
drug addict.
Hold
I'm
on.
being
Hold on.
petty.
Come on,
Hold
y'all.
on.
You
One.
are
Come on,
being petty,
y'all. Come on.
I'm
One
not
at a
One.
being petty.
time.
I'm telling
Come
you,
on.
I'm being petty.
and you are.
One at a time. One at a time, please,
One at a
ladies.
time, y'all.
One at a time. Now, go ahead, Yaya. Finish what you were saying.
They keep changing the narrative to fit what they want. Either
Who
she
is
was a
they?
drug addict or she wasn't a drug addict. If it's prescribed, it's not a drug. So this some bullshit y'all playing right here.
Who said if it was
no, I'm not
prescribed, it's
playing
not
any
a drug?
bullshit.
You keep
And I'm
making out
trying
shit
to
that's
read
not
the
being
court
said.
records
But
so
I'm
you
gonna tell
could.
you the truth. I more
I
or
said
less
she was a
I
drug
viewed her
addict.
as
Period.
I viewed her as a recovering addict when I was
Right, she's an
watching
ex-drug
Miss
addict. That's
Tita.
my opinion.
I viewed her as a recovering addict at that particular time, not a drug addict, but a recovering. Now y'all can
It's the
fuss with me
same
all y'all want.
thing.
I
It's
don't
an
care.
addict.
No, it's not the same thing. No, it's
Yes, it
not.
I mean,
is
when I
because
hear drug
Let me
addict, I'm thinking
tell
like
you something.
you mean like she's in the throw of
She
addiction
okay.
right then and
Okay.
there.
Let's
I'm
be
thinking
clear.
of recovering.
Let's be clear. Okay. So recovering is free from all mind altering substances. That is what a recovering addict
Well,
is. And
I'm
if
not gonna
you're
say that
still
word.
taking mind altering substance, you are not a recovering addict.
She was in the throes of. Never mind. Let me hush. Go ahead, y'all.
It's
This is too
All right,
passionate for
can I
people.
answer
People,
Shelley's
exactly.
question?
It's so
May I
it's
ask,
sad.
answer Shelley's question? Because Shelley had asked me a question.
Go ahead.
Okay. Hello?
Go ahead, Progress.
Okay, I'm talking. Can you hear me?
No, we didn't hear you at all. Go ahead.
Okay, can you
We
okay,
hear
so
you
because
now. Yeah.
I'm trying to read the court records. Okay, so
Kiss your
Did that sound
God.
go out?
Yeah, you keep
yeah,
You're
cutting
in
out.
out.
November they asked for a chemist. In November
Wait a minute.
29th,
Wait a minute.
Shelley.
Grit, you got to start from the beginning. Your sound
you
went
had to
out
start
again.
over. You gotta start over,
Okay, can
Grish.
you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we can
can.
hear you
All right, so
now.
in November 29th,
Hey, wait a
they
minute,
asked.
Grish. This is public record, right?
Yes, it is. It's on the court, Maryland court records. On the 29th, they asked for a chemist, right? They asked for a chemist, and then once the results came back, they was doing a waiver. Um, they was doing a wavering. It's right here. I'm looking right at it.
You went
Fem,
out
let me
again,
get you
Grish.
together real quick. Fem, I ain't never been a drug addict, bitch. Don't lie
You went
on me,
out
hoe.
again, Grish. Grish, we can't hear you.
Ignorant asshole.
Okay, wavering, and then the state answered came back in November and December. So this has been going on, and her plea didn't kick in until April this month. I mean this year of 2024. So they had to wait for the results to come back. Shelley, can you hear me now?
We
Yeah,
hear
I'm
you.
I'm listening.
So they had to wait until her results came back. I mean, and then she did her plea. So it wasn't like she did her plea like she was trying to get this way out. They had to do what their investigation was.
But you
And
were the one who said it, Grish. So that's why I went on it. You said that they probably was trying to get a plea deal. So you were the one who initially said that, Grish.
okay, what I'm saying to you is there was nothing in her system. The rap that she's getting, that she was this drug addict nodding off, it wasn't a nod off. What it was is a side effect from the medication.
Okay, let
And
me.
the
It
med-
Okay,
still
she was
was
hold on,
not
complaining
hold
off,
on,
about it.
hold on,
Grit.
Grish.
Same
Hold
difference.
on, Grish. Hold on, Grish. So this was not an unknown side effect. When you're giving all your prescription, you are told clearly what the side effects are, Grish. Now, let me read this for you. What the side warning: Suboxone can slow or stop your breathing, and it may be habit forming. Misuse of this medicine can cause addiction, overdose, or death, especially in a child or a person using the medication without prescription or against the way the doctor has prescribed it, in which the way she was using it. Okay, taking Suboxone during pregnancy. Okay, fatal side effects can occur if you use this medicine with alcohol or other drugs that cause drowsiness or slow your breathing. Okay, before taking this medicine, you should not use Suboxone if you are allergic to the main ingredient, and make sure Suboxone is safe for you to tell your doctor if you have had any of the following: tooth problems, breathing problems, enlarged prostate, liver or kidney disease, abnormal curvature of the spine, problems in your gallbladder, adrenal glands or thyroids, and heavy injury or brain tumor or seizures, alcoholism or drug addiction. Now, of course, you've had drug addiction because that's why you're taking it. Is you use Suboxone while okay? No, I don't need that while pregnant. Ask a doctor before using Suboxone if you are breastfeeding. Okay, so there you go. So those are all some of the precautions. behind taking this medication. As with all medications, the first time you take the medication, your pharmacist or your doctor sits down, or the nurse or whoever sits down with you and explain clearly what the side effects to these drugs are. And the drugs are prescribed by a doctor, so you can take them as prescribed. That is part of having a prescription, taking your medicine as prescribed. Grish, I understand that you have some information in these things, but none of this information is going to bring this child back. It was negligence on her part. If it was
Absolutely.
somebody who did not have Suboxone in their system, who was always nodding off, it would have been negligence on their part. So that's the
Well,
bottom line for me.
Ronnie, the thing is that when the court got the chemical, I guess the chemist results back, the case was closed. They reopened it and then gave her that deal that she got. It wasn't her fault. It was a
I don't know how you
situation
came up
that
with all of that
happened.
from this because I'm looking at the same thing,
Okay, I'm
but
looking at it too. So
I
do you
don't
see where it
know.
was reopened on August or on in April 17, 2024? It says reopen.
Oh,
Hold on.
if it wasn't her
Do
fault,
you?
she wouldn't be in jail.
But my
She
whole
wouldn't have
Do
thing
got
you
with
see
any
where
Shelley
it
is
says
time.
Because to be
because
reopen?
clear, she also
She
got
wouldn't have gotten
5 years. Hold up, she got 5 years, and then they said everything suspended except for 18 months.
Do you see where it was reopened though? When was that, Shelly? When was that? What was the date on that?
December, you talking about the April 10th or the April 16th?
I'm talking about the April 17th when they reopened everything.
Con to me, no, closed as they closed the case. The case is closed. Not that that charges was closed. The
Yeah, I
court
Right.
think
case was
yeah,
closed.
modification is when I see
Right.
where they said they reopened for modification, but that don't got. I don't understand what do that have to do with the drug stuff. I don't see
The
how
chem when
that
did the chem when did the chemist
the
the
chemist stuff
testing?
is way somewhere else.
The chemist?
Honestly because I do have to leave my house like in about 5 minutes. But when I go live later on, because this information here doesn't show her personal information or anything like that, I'm going to show and let the audience see what I'm looking at, because nowhere on here does it say anything about, oh, the chemist checked this and now, oh, we got to change. It wasn't her fault. I'm not getting that from anything that I'm looking at with at least my two eyes.
And they probably in a
Chemist was
modification was probably
requested, but
and
one second.
and the modification
Go
probably
ahead.
was the attorney probably was asking for a modification of her sentence.
Yeah, I
But
think
it
that's
came right
probably more
after the
so.
chemist. The
Okay.
chemist was done,
Mm-mm.
and then the chemist was done, right? And then it shows where the modification came after. That's all I'm saying.
If
Okay. So,
would y'all be available, like, because I wanted to pick up from this, but I want us to look at it together. So like around about like 1, I don't know if Ronnie Q, y'all would have some time to evaluate this.
I do.
I'm gonna try to go live around 1, and I'm gonna show what I'm looking at. I don't know how we got to this, but that's not what I'm seeing.
But I'm just saying
okay.
the chemist was done, and then the modification was done months
What
later.
type of modification?
They
Speak
re
on this modification, because
okay.
somebody is saying that you guys are trying to tell us why her sentence was shortened, and we're not trying to hear it. I didn't say anything about not trying to hear why her sentence was shortened, but I don't think that anybody should be unalived by someone else's negligence and they only get 18 months. It's still a life. So go ahead.
They gave
Well,
1 month for every month. It seemed like that the baby was living, but the reason why I think they
unfortunately,
probably didn't give her
that's
a
how the
whole bunch of
system is.
time is because y'all have to remember manslaughter only holds a max of 10 years. That's period. That's the max, 10 years. If her and the family, I don't know what their relationship is now, but everybody's saying they were real cool. So maybe they also took in consideration on how the mama feels. Maybe the parents said, oh my God, this is I hate that this happened, but we love her too, and we want to, who knows? It could have came through. Also, y'all have to look at it. Tita has health issues, and I explained this the other day. Prison is a business. They want to be able to make money off of you. If it's going to cost them more to keep you, they're going to give you a lighter sentence. And I know this because I know people that's been to prison, and because they on medication, it's going to cost the state X amount of money. You don't really serve them any points. So if she's on there with the HIV medicine, they have to give her all of this by law. I don't know what other health issues she had going on, but they have to give her all that medication and whatever else. Does that mean that they're not going to give people time if they have health issues? No, that's not what it means. But depending on how much it's going to cost them to house somebody, prisons, they want to be able to make money off of you. They might have took her age into consideration.
Savannah,
you know what I mean? I don't
Maryland.
Have anything to do when she didn't have no drugs in her system, because these papers is not saying any of that.
Savannah and Maryland.
Well, after the discovery, though, Shelly, do you think that would be why, with the district attorney, because it says they had the correspondence from the attorney, with all of that, there was a decisioning, or what they call it? What do they call that thing? It was a they had a judgment where it had to be modified, where they gave her the probation, because it wasn't like she was sitting there doing anything. I mean, I understand that the YouTube thing, but the medication, again, I'm not trying to say what she did was right. It wasn't right. Okay, but it wasn't like she was sitting there just popping them, having a field day, enjoying herself. It was a side effect, and it happened at a bad time.
Can I say something real quick, and then I just want to get down? I made 2 comments in the chat. 2 comments. The first comment I made was, usually opioids or those or narcotics stay in your system a short amount of time, right? So if she was tested 2 days later, 3 days later, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to show up in there. That was the first and only comment I made.
The shelf life for this is very short.
Right.
And then the second comment I made was, understand, as an addict, we're dealing with the drug. At this point, we're not dealing with the person. I'm not suggesting that she was right, that she should not be held responsible. That was never something that came out of my mouth. My point was, there are doctors that do handle this, will prescribe you Suboxone, and you only go to that doctor, and you have to pick it up at the pharmacy. Everybody's not going to a clinic. That's all I said. Now, why it created all this anger, I don't know. But I still stand on those 3 things.
But one of the things you did said that we are acting like she did it on purpose, and that was nothing that was said up here by anyone.
I didn't say it was said. I said it is the interpretation that I have of everyone's the way in which they are attacking her. I'm not saying that she shouldn't be held responsible.
I mean, is it attacking her, or are we telling the truth?
That's my opinion. I have an opinion, and I think I should be able to have it. I'm saying that she should be held responsible, but I think that's why it's involuntary manslaughter instead of manslaughter. She didn't do it on purpose, obviously, right? It was an accident.
Well, let me tell you something.
She still should be held responsible.
Well, let me tell you something about your opinion then. Because your opinion is quite off, because nobody is.
It's mine. It ain't off.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I think yours is off. That's why I stated mine.
Okay. Bye, Villanor. Have a good day.
Bye.
I think she just means like the energy. I think she might mean the energy, y'all.
Well, then
I don't give a fuck.
Because
we know. Okay, I'm definitely not gonna go back and forth with you on no platform.
Nobody act like she wanted. Nobody act like
that wasn't directed at you. That was directed at her, Toby.
Directed at her, Miss Toby. Nobody acted like we wanted her to do anything. So, hey, Justnet, how you doing? Justnet, you're on mute.
Hey, Justnet.
I said, hey, y'all. I said,
I'm gonna drop Ronnie Q. I'm gonna be still listening from the sky because I gotta run, but I'm gonna come back live later on as soon as I can. I'm gonna go through the receipts.
Okay, I'll be there, Shelley.
Me too.
Okay, thank you. I'm still listening.
Go ahead, Justnet.
Okay, my point with this is, if you got people online and you're nodding off, and people got to call you to wake you up and call your phone and stuff to wake you up, that alone should have sparked off. I don't need to be caregiving. I don't need to be looking after somebody else, not even her mother. You understand
But we're
what I'm
supposed
saying?
to forget all that. We're
Not even
supposed
her.
to forget that she set up these guardrails for what she was actually doing. But we're supposed to ignore all the guardrails that she giving subscribers her phone number to call her back. And if we mention these actual facts, then we are the ones who are wrong, and we are acting like she did it on purpose. No, we're acting like she knew that she had a problem with falling asleep, and therefore she shouldn't have been caring for people's children. That's what
You
we're acting like.
oh, you done?
I don't have a problem with just with Vida nor just me. And no, I don't have a problem with anyone being pretty. I've told her several times she's pretty. Maybe you have the problem. I don't have to be attracted to you, but I will see you in 24 hours.
Okay. Yeah.
Go ahead. I interrupted you just now. I'm sorry.
No problem. What I'm saying is, I've dealt with and seen it firsthand with, because she wasn't taking naps, she was nodding off. I see somebody that take prescription drugs or whatever, nodding off and burn the whole damn house down. You understand what I'm saying? Have burnt the house down because they don't know when they finna take that nod. And guess what? A lot of times when they nodding off, they don't even know they done nodded off. I've seen people nodding off with cigarettes in their hand, don't even know that they nodding off. They in a full-fledged conversation. I said, bitch, did you
And
just
pick up right
nod?
where they left off. And pick up right where they left off.
Right.
It will nod all the way down to the ground and not fall.
Right. And I'm saying, like, if you the set up, so therefore you know that you know, and these people that were calling and waking her up, these people that were so concerned about waking her up, none of them said, well, you baby, maybe you don't need to be watching no children. Maybe you shouldn't be watching a small child if you're nodding off like this. You need to get yourself together. But no, I'll call you and wake you up, but I won't call you and tell you, hey, check this out. I got your number. Check this out. You need to let them parents know I can't do this. That, you know what? That right there alone would have canceled all of this shit out. That right there alone would have canceled it out. Listen, I'm not gonna be able to watch. I gotta get some stuff together, get some stuff in order. I got to get my meds recalibrated or whatever you want to tell them. Shit, and stop watching it. I can't watch a child no more right now. And then the thing I wanted to know, I didn't know that she was outside with the child. No, I thought she was in a house and the child wandered outside.
No, they said she was playing with the child earlier by the pool and then she nodded out.
So if you playing with a child by a pool or whatever, a child's gonna go back to what they, you know what I'm saying? Because she has no fear. The baby, the boy, he had no fear about going near the pool because you let him be around the pool when you were alert. So he would have no fear to go back to the pool because see, that pool would have been something that would have been completely off limits. I would have been out there at the pool with the child at no given time, so he would have known that would have been that's off limits to you. But kill all that. The thing about it is, dope is dope. You're nodding off. You know you nodding off because you got people calling you, telling you he done nodded off. He done fell asleep. You understand?
Wake
you
up.
know
Wake
this.
up. Mm-hmm.
You know this. So
but we
why
supposed
not
to ignore that?
Yeah. Why not just go ahead and say, okay, this I don't need to be caring for anybody's child, or driving, or a lot of these things. And maybe not even cooking if you own something that got you nodding off.
You don't have to be a responsible adult, and you can do whatever you want to, no matter what your medication makes you do, as long as it's prescribed by a doctor. See that, and we are the wrong people to point these obvious things out. But go ahead.
Okay, so I live in Florida. We have a lot of pill mills here. They've been like trying to crack down on them, but they can't crack down on all of them. But it's a lot of pill mills here. A lot of people get prescribed, and I know this because it's some person that I know that's close to me. Okay, they don't even go and get their temperature checked. They don't go in on a regular days. They go in there on like a Saturday, and they do not go in there with a make an appointment. They go in there and they in line taking one. It's just like a assembly line, and they had cash only. Okay, so they prescribe people. It was her prescription was methadone, Xanax, and morphine. And was absolutely fine, had nothing wrong with her. That's something that you would give somebody that's dying in hospice, somebody that's they got 3 days to live, that you just try to keep them from enduring pain. People are walking around with these type of prescriptions. And what I wanted to say about Suboxone was a drug, because, hold on, let me go back to methadone. Methadone, they come to find out when they researched that it was more addictive than heroin and harder to kick than heroin. So they were saying that they were using methadone to get people off of heroin, and some people never was on heroin and they put them on methadone prescriptions. Okay, but methadone was a harder drug to even kick. And yes, Ronnie Q, they can leave and give them lollipops, methadone lollipops, all kind of stuff, and they take that stuff home with them. You know what I'm saying? They take these things home. Okay, and another thing with the Suboxone was supposed to be a blocker for other dope. So like if you take a Suboxone, if you use heroin, if you use heroin on Suboxone, it'll make you sick.
Yep.
It'll make you very sick. So they was trying to use Suboxone actually to stop them from using other dope.
You got that exactly right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They were using Suboxone to get them off of other dope, and find out the Suboxone was actually addictive, and they were getting a high off the actual Suboxone. I worked with a girl one time that her boyfriend was actually shooting up the Suboxone. So,
okay, now go ahead.
So, dope is what I'm trying to say. Dope is damn it dope. She knew she had a problem. She went free and clear. She shouldn't have been even trying to watch anybody's child.
Now, just now, you hit the nail on the head, because I had read about Suboxone and I was trying to pull up that exact fact. Suboxone was supposed to block you from being able to get high off of heroin, and they used it as a substitute, and people started getting addicted to the Suboxone. You are exactly right. Ding, ding, ding. Mike, what do you want to add?
Hello.
Hey, Mike.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mike. How are you?
I'm sorry. Good morning. I was on mute. Go ahead, Mike.
Well, she pretty much kind of covered what I was going to say. I was basically saying earlier in the chat, I was like, when you feeling tired versus like, God damn, I'm about to just pass out. When you feeling like tired like that, even if the parents are at work, the kids that you're watching, I'm going to call them. I'm going to call, well, if you can't come, what's the grandmama phone number? They daddy, whoever, y'all can come get the kids. Come get the child, because I'm just not feeling good. I'm not feeling up to it right now. She could have did that when you felt like you felt.
That's not how NAS work. Data, it comes just like that. It hits you just like that. You don't know. I feel a nod off. It be straight. They feeling a certain type of way. I'm good. And then next thing you know, you look over a bitch, it's nodding off.
Next thing you know, you waking up and you ain't even feel it coming.
They don't know to call anybody and get up. So that's why I say, once you know that you nodding off, once you know that that's what you been doing, Why being care of anybody, not even your mother? If your
But
mama got
see,
all that kind of money, she need to get a home health care aid herself, and it not be you.
and she would be able to get one. You know, if everybody wanted to talk about the money her mother made, it should be no problem to get her home health care aid. But let's talk about the nodding off thing. See, because let's not act like she did not have the knowledge that she was nodding off. Because instead of saying I shouldn't watch these kids because I keep nodding off, what she did was I'm gonna have subscribers to call you, so that she chose the wrong answer. So we're supposed to act like, oh, we're blaming her. She was irresponsible in her action, in her response to what her medication was doing. Even if she wasn't on medication, if she was just nodding off from, say, narcolepsy or something like that, she still would have been irresponsible to continue to take
Exactly.
care of children, to just say, well, I'm going to have my subscribers to call me when I nod off from my narcolepsy. So this is the thing where, you guys are really killing me and talking about somebody is acting like acting like she wanted to do it. V. Lenore, you were out of line, and then come talking about you didn't say that. That's exactly what you said. You guys are acting like, yeah, that's exactly what you said, V. Lenore. But you want to placate this, and just because it's a drug involved, it's irresponsibility involved, and improper guardrails were involved to wake her up, to get her back on her feet. If I don't give a fuck if she had narcolepsy, but now you can see it differently. So you acting like somebody is like hating on somebody because they're trying to recover from a drug abuse. Nobody hates nobody who's trying to recover. People are congratulatory to people who are trying to recover. But don't feed me no crock of shit. What she did and her guardrails she had up were improper, and it caused an unfortunate accident. That's what happened.
It seems like, you know what I'm saying, I don't have nothing against nobody, but it seems like the people who probably some of them liked her, they want to lighten the blow, and there's no way to do that. That
A
baby is
child is
gone.
gone. A baby has lost his life, and they want to sit up here and talk about maybe it was. And I gotta say this too: if these parents knew her history and knew that she was nodding off, they have some part in this too. Because there's
Right.
no way possible that somebody nodding off is gonna watch my cat long, not even my child. I'm not leaving them in having responsibility over anything that is tied to me.
Yeah, I agree. Uh, Grish, are you still here, Grish? Oh, she dropped down right when I called Grish. Grish, Grish, come back up. I was just getting back to you, Grish. Okay, Grish has dropped down. Okay, she's back. Okay, Grish. Now,
Yeah.
what last words, Grish? What do you want to finish up, Grish?
The only thing I wanted to say was, it's a bad situation and a very bad situation. But the truth is the truth, and it was something that it was an accident. Like people, it's an accident, unfortunate accident, and it cannot be removed. There's someone that lost their lives, and
Mm-hmm.
respect to the family, and respect to even the little boy's family and to Tita's family, because it's two
Yes.
families here that's hurt. She's gonna have to start all over again, because obviously her weaning off did not work, and she's gonna do it the right way. I don't know. She was stating that it was a lot of side effects besides just the yarning, but the which is the making her tired. But the thing is that they're rebuilding the trust. She has to rebuild that trust back in the community, with her family, with herself, all over again. And that's that to me is a jail sentence, because of the fact how do you rebuild that? How do
Well,
you do that?
how do you rebuild? how you feel yourself. I'm not going to take anything off of how she is going to feel having to live with that reality. It's
every
Right.
going
day.
to be very, very hard. And
And the
I
family
do
too. How
pray,
do they rebuild? You know.
and I do pray that this doesn't take her back to doing
Correct.
something way more
Correct.
dangerous. And I
Correct.
don't think that I don't have any compassion or anything like that. So I just want to be clear on that that is she's going to have a big thing to live with within herself as a human being. So I hope that that doesn't take her out
I mean,
onto using street drugs.
I
Is my
respect children. My whole thing is children, right? That's my whole thing, to make sure the kids are straight. And I went in straight in with boots tied, like, let me see for myself, you know what I mean, before I get on the hate train. But I had to look at it. I had to look at it. I mean, I'm the one that will send the people in and knock the door in if you did something wrong to a kid. So what I'm saying is I had to really look and really check and be right. That's all I'm saying coming from me. That was it. That was my view.
Let me get my last words. Can y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what I want to say is a bad situation for everyone involved. There should have been some precautions taken that were
No, hello.
emphasized in 2020.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Hindsight is 2020. We can't. It's not going to bring the baby back. But I want people to realize this child is gone. The sentence. People are sitting there talking about the parents had to agree to the plea deal. No, they did not. The parents don't have to agree with it. It's the court system. They're going to do what they want to do. And the last thing I want to say, this is a very emotional situation that we're all talking about. And yeah, tempers do flare, but I'm not mad at nobody. I got angry. I got really emotional. I got passionate about it. But my main thing is that baby is gone. And y'all need to stop treating that grown woman like she's the victim. And that's it.
Thank you, Yaya. Grish, I thank you for coming up. I had stepped away from the computer when you got done, but I do appreciate all your input on the topic, and I understand that everybody is going to have different viewpoints of the situation. You came with the paperwork of what it was showing, and me being the great defense attorney that I always am, or maybe the prosecution attorney, should I say? It depends on the day, you know. you know, I'm just
I
looking
love
at stuff.
everybody on here.
Yeah,
Everybody. So it
yeah, and
was a
I'm
great
not mad at
conversation.
anybody, even at V. Lenore's old ass coming up here talking crazy. But
I
anyway,
love Via Lenore.
Oh my
She
God.
everybody has a place in the sector.
Steve.
yeah. What'd you
Oh
say,
my
Miss
God.
Toby? What'd you
I
say,
said,
Miss Toby?
why you have to call her old? She's not old.
I'm probably older than V. Lenore. You old too, Miss Toby. You ain't young.
Um,
You
I think
supposed to say, bitch, you're supposed to say,
I'm
bitch,
younger.
I'm younger than you.
I'm younger than you. But
Okay.
yeah.
I didn't mean old like that. I mean old. I should have said old ass, not
Okay. Well,
old.
I just hope that.
Yeah.
Well, I just furthermore, because people want to have this discussion all day. I just hope that we could agree to disagree, and we don't have to argue amongst each other. Because at the end of the day, a child is no longer here.
Yeah.
That's a child is no longer here, and
Yeah.
it was a sad situation, and my heart goes out to the family because I can't even imagine. You're not supposed to bury your child. That's not in the right order.
Yeah.
And my heart, and I don't care what nobody says. My heart also goes out to Tita and her family.
Yeah, because they have a lot to deal with as well. I'm not, negating that they got a lot to deal with, but that's why it's punishment before redemption. You know what I'm saying? You have to deal with what your hand called for. Nobody don't want anything bad to happen to her or her family, but I know that her family is going through a lot, and I know that even she is going through a lot. I don't wish anything bad upon her, but her to, regain and rebuild and recover. That's all that I wish for Tita.
Yeah, she's pretty much in a place right now where she's got to learn to forgive herself now, because that's gonna haunt her. It really is.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I agree.
once again, Ronnie Q, this was a great live. Y'all have a good day. I'm gonna drop down
I
so
appreciate
you
you for coming up,
Everybody
Miss
have a
Tony.
good day too. I'll see y'all. Talk to y'all later.
Thank you, Mike. Excuse me.
can.
Just net your closing words.
Okay, it was a great live. What? But I have something to say, and that was a great competition we did.
It was.
Talking about we, that was
It
great competition
was.
that we did. But my question is, I got a question for you about that. Lovely Love wanted to enter five pets, but was she even in the chat or even came to the show?
Look, don't do lovely love. Do not do lovely love now. I ain't gonna let you do lovely love because she was not. I didn't see her in the chat. She did not compete, but Lovely Love sent me 3 separate donations to add to the prize pot. So I want to thank Lovely Love. Lovely
Uh,
said, Lovely Love said,
but
you
my
lying to
question,
me.
you know, I was
Yeah.
ready to put both of my dogs in for everything. So love messed me up.
Lovely Love did her part. I appreciate Lovely Love and showing up for the pet competition in her own way. She did that.
Yeah, I showed up in my own way too.
You
But
showed up and you showed out, and you were a great competitor, and I appreciate you for everything you did, especially for showing up. You did that thing. You showed up, you contributed, you showed up, and then you paid it forward. That was so beautiful of you. I spoke about you earlier in the competition. I spoke about the competition and all the participants, but yeah, I definitely spoke on you as well.
yeah, next time I want to be able to put both of my dogs in it for both.
They were both in it.
And no, I want to put them in for both things, and I think we should do a next. We shouldn't even wait. We should do set up another one just to do like the what you call it when they do the
The obedience. Your mic went out just net. I don't hear you. Oh, she fell off. Hey Pam, what's going on?
View.
Hey, where's my boo? Hi, Miss Ronnie Q. Hi, Information Sugar. Hi, Grish. Listen here. I've been wanting to talk about that daggone pet competition. Girl.
You had the
Thank you.
best dog, you know.
Thank you. Thank you so much for letting me participate. Miss Ronnie Q, I'm going to tell you right now, it took a while for me to just try to not act like I just wanted to tell you right away. And I waited because I had to get it started. You know how we out here making up the babies and stuff like that. So I had to get it plotted, planned, and schemed out and everything. So, but you must admit, I did let you know a little bit before what was going on. And I didn't want to ruin it for the real pets and the real people that have real entrance, whatever. I'm so excited first of all to be over
Interest.
here. Yeah,
Interest. Hmm.
because I felt like I was lying, and y'all were like asking me all these questions. I said, these motherfuckers keep asking me what kind of dog I got, what is the dog's name, what kind of food, and Miss, are you walking the dog today? I'm like, oh my god. So I had to keep going on with it, but I'm
Are
telling
you?
you.
I was like, are you using a leash or a harness? Because you should use a harness because it helps them. And you're like, and I'm just giving all my good pet advice for naught.
And see, I said, I think you figured it out one time because
I
we were
never
on
figured
very,
it out. I
you did, we was
never.
on very carries, and very carry left us up there, and then you just like the little nosy little woman that you are over to asking me questions. Oh, really? So view, where's the dog at? You were you oh my god.
and I never figured it out. I was like, "Oh, she's one of them," because people have their own room for the dog. But some
Yeah.
people have their own. The dog has their own room in their house. So I figured, like, yeah, it's nothing strange, for a dog to have their own room. When you said that, I didn't even think twice. But you probably like, "Oh, well, that sounds crazy." I said the dog is in his room. Like, I heard of it before, girl. Please.
Yeah, so what the answers that I was giving you, they were answers that were legitimate. Some people, like you said, do have their dogs have their own room and stuff like that. So I wasn't saying anything really bad, but the thing that kept giving me away is I kept saying it's a puppy. Now I'm gonna let y'all know if I did have a dog, y'all would see my dog. My dog would be right here with me. I would be loving on it, showing it off. You would hear it. There would be some interaction. Now we have people on here that say they have babies and things, and we don't hear not one why. We don't hear nothing. The baby needs to be changed. Oh, let me feed. You don't hear any of that for a whole year after the baby's been here. So if I had a dog, you all definitely would know it. I definitely would share my fur baby with you all. But I do anticipate on getting one. I do, a real one. So I don't want y'all to think I'm over here with a fake dog or dog, calling it dog and thinking I'm in reality. Okay. You know how they
Yeah.
twist shit around. Yeah.
Yes, but we're to believe about in every Grish, are you here?
Yes. Yes.
She- she's laughing.
Grish. So,
Yes.
Grish, since you are an advocate for kids,
Hmm.
are you advocating to find out if this young Brooke baby is a mute and does not have verbal skills? Maybe something was wrong with their voice box upon birth. Are you making sure that that child is able to communicate properly and seek the help that it may need? Because we have not heard the child burp, fart, or make a little whine or a screamer or even cry in this whole 1 year plus it's been on this earth. Grish,
Look
what are
at
you
that dog.
doing with that?
Well, I feel that I'm sure the pediatrics that are involved are taking very good care of said infant, and all the immunization shots are being factored in. And I do believe that if I remember right, when my sister had her newborn, um, you didn't have no time to be, you know what I mean, on the internet for long periods of time without the children yelling in the background. Infants have to be fed every 2 hours, and she's the Wonder Woman. That's all I can really say about it.
Wonder Woman, or got some real long, flabby titties that reach into the next room where her husband is watching the baby while she sit up on panels for 5 and 6 hours straight. Okay, but I digress. Thank you,
All
ladies, for
right.
coming up. Is there any
Thank
last
All
you.
words from
right,
you,
bye. I'm
ladies?
gonna say.
And
Thank you.
hey, dog,
I know, right?
DOWG.
Say hi to Miss Ronnie Q. That's your Auntie
Hi,
Ronnie Q. Auntie
doggy.
Ronnie Q.
He
Auntie
is so
Trish.
potty trained.
Bye, y'all. Y'all
Five,
funny. All right.
five
All
views of
right.
you. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Grace, thank you for coming up. Pam, thank you for coming up. Miss Toby, thank you for coming up. B. Lenore, thank you for coming up. Shelly, thank you for coming up. And Yaya and Mike Lewis. And I appreciate all of your comments. This was a very hearty exchange. But we'll be here to do it again. You're all welcome. There's no animosity. This is a real touchy subject, and everyone has their way of thinking on this, because we have to understand that it was just a real horrific accident. And I am not going to say, I don't call it anything other than an accident, but so maybe we should have a moment of prayer for this whole situation and everyone involved. Maybe you want to send up a prayer, for healing for everyone involved, or whoever you choose to pray for that's involved in this situation. I think that would be, the best that we can do as observers to this situation. And That's it. So, Flickr, are you around? Flickr, if you're here, can you hit my link, please, Flickr? I just want to talk to Flickr about something. And if you're not here, you may or may not hear this on the replay. But Flickr, I was listening to your live on yesterday, and you made a statement that was factually incorrect. And since it's factually incorrect, I'm pretty sure that you got this lie from Uppity. Okay, Flickr, the real K Fit has never run to me to tell me absolutely nothing about what anyone has ever allegedly done to her. Miss K Fit has the real K Fit has never come to me and told on other people to Ronnie Q. That has never happened since the short time that I have known K Fit. But I'm pretty sure it came from Uppity because Uppity, despite the fact that the real K Fit, what she won't say is the real K Fit was in her corner trying to help her out, trying to show her sources of information about life with an autistic child. But the best thing that a slum bucket like Uppity can do is to go back and lie and make up just ridiculous lies. K Fit is a grown woman. Why would K Fit have to run back to Ronnie Q to say what a slime bucket like her had to say or do to her or about her? Girl, bye. If you are still believing anything that Uppity says, Flickr, I think that you should reevaluate, some of the things that you have taken in behind this gutter mouse ass bitch. You understand who she is. So why would you believe anything she says about other people when you have an understanding about who she really is? So let's be clear. The real K Fit doesn't need Ronnie Hugh to fight any of her battles, and at no time did the real K Fit come to me to ask me to fight any battles for her. And one last thing. What was it? What was it? What was it? Flickr. I the real K Fit came to me to fight her battles just as much as Ronnie Q came to Uppity to allegedly come in my chat. Who needs Uppity in their chat? Absolutely no one. As if I would come send for Uppity to come to my chat. So if you believe that K Fit came to me crying to me about what was done to her, girl, bye. You would believe that I would actually bother to invite Uppity to my chat. Uppity, the same person that I had blocked. Uppity, the same person you blocked. Uppity, girl, bye. Don't nobody want no Uppity in their chat. I cannot deal with these people with all their grand delusions and all this type of stuff. So I just wanted to give you a fact check there. What you said about the real K Fit coming to me is just factually inaccurate. So that's all that I have to say. I thank all of you guys for coming out and all of your comments that you left. Yeah, we go, that's what conversation is. We can agree to disagree, and we can still keep it moving. And enjoy the rest of our day. And I thank you all for coming out. I appreciate all of your support. If you would hit the like button on your way out, I would greatly appreciate it. If you want to support the channel, $ Ronnie Q. If you want to join the membership, you can join the membership. If you want to shop my Amazon store, the link is in the description box. I had a great time with you guys, and thank you all for your opinions. A different opinion is thought provoking, and so if you're set in your opinion, you cannot grow. So thank you for all of your opinions. Do not be afraid to have a difference of opinion. But motherfucker, if you try a slick one on me, I'ma get your ass. All right. Thank you guys for coming out. God bless you. And I hope you guys have a blessed day and a blessed week. And I'll see you on the YouTube streets. All right. God bless you. Bye-bye.